Hello everyone! Welcome to the Ghost of the Machine, a D&D live play about memory, identity, magic, and politics. I am your host and dungeon master, Matthew Foreman. We are joined by our usually lovely cast of players. Say hi everybody!
Hi everybody!
Hey! We are back for episode 39.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
39 episodes, and you're all still here with the same characters you started with.
Somehow
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a Ship of Theseus kind of way.
Yeah.
You've all maintained the same names.
Right, that's about
That's
it.
right.
But your traumas and turmoil have reached you.
Some of our names have evolved.
Yep. Some of you have more than one.
That's right.
So, yeah, before we get started, let's do our announcements. Hey, as always, remember Animal Helper. They gave me my dog Ginger. And they rescue lots of other dogs. And they help them all the time. And down in there in the bayou of Louisiana, New Orleans. And check out their Facebook to find out how you can help. They always need help because the Animal Helper lady and their volunteer-led organization is always taking in dogs and always trying to do the right thing. So go and help them today. What else would we like to talk about, folks?
You loved turtles so much last week. And in Matt's twittering.
Right.
You were so Twitter-pated about the turtles that
Twirtle-pated.
we have put up. Yeah, twirtle-pated. Right up here above my head, we have a new bit tracker bar. When we get to 10,000 bits,
Straight up shoes.
Oh, folks. When we get to 10,000 bits, I am going to run an all-turtle one-shot set in Edda.
Yeah.
It's canon, at least to an extent.
It's canon in the sense that people's own delusions are canon to them.
It will be canon in a sense. We will see how canon it ends up being.
I sense that it's canon.
But on Alexis
That's my
Attempts
grandma.
art, which I'm doing on Mondays and
it's the same
Fridays,
thing.
we worked on Friday with you folks to figure out what the turtles each are, based on like what their classes are,
We did.
and kind of a little bit about their backstory and
We
why
did.
they became monks. And on Monday this week, we worked out the major plot points of what this one shot will consist of, and it is shaping up
Nice.
to be an amazing one shot.
An episode of deep memes.
Oh, it's so good. I'm getting more and more excited each time we talk about it. So, get
So-
those bits coming in if you
That's
want to
right.
see those turtles. Help us help you fulfill your turtle dreams.
That's right. And so, yeah, we got 1,001 bits, so keep them coming. We'll get that going for you. Other quick announcements, just this Friday, it's been announced this Friday at 9:30 p.m. CDT, we are beginning a 10-episode arc of Storm King's Thunder, Big Boy Season, I'm calling it. Crowan, Tomster, Casanova, and Maybuzz and Febe from the Heroes of the Storm community are going to be my players.
Nice.
And so check that out on 9:30 on this channel, 9:30 p.m. Central, and we are going to go through, in roughly 10 episodes, we're going to go through Chapter 1, and if it goes well, we'll bring you the rest of them too.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yes. And I released a gay criminal lord patron subclass on Twitter.
That's right.
Check out my Twitter for that. It's very popular. And if you use it and play it, let me know how it goes.
And on my Twitter right now, I have a little shtick going on. If I get to a certain number of followers, I am going to make a rage witch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because apparently that's what people want to see, and I am not against it. I love it. So
Good shit.
let's make that happen.
Anything else, folks?
I will be playing as Jareth again this coming Monday for the last iteration of this level of Dungeon of the Mad Mage, and I will be on variant roles for that. You can see me dressed up, and the wig is pretty epic and all that good stuff. And Matt's going to be on Blades in the Dark on Sunday.
No.
No?
Urban Shadows.
Urban
Sundays.
Shadows, that's what I mean. Yes.
Yep. Check that out on Variant Rolls. I'm playing a ghost named Peter Poindexter. It's
Yes.
a good time. So just stay glued to our socials and you'll get all those updates. We
That's
do a
right.
good job updating them.
Podcasts
Yes.
are all up to date.
Woo!
Up to the
Nice.
current episode. Aside from this
Cool.
one that's being recorded right now.
Well,
That one's not up
come
to
on,
way
date.
to
dude.
fall asleep on the job.
Come on,
Right.
Pop, what is this?
Drop the ball.
So all the podcasts of Ghost in the Machine are up.
Yeah.
What else? Do we have anything else up? I think we had at least one other one shot.
I know Lasers and Feelings is up. I will be working on the other one soon, and if I can get raw footage for Dragon Heisters, that can be up too.
Nice.
In podcast form.
Raw footage.
I deleted no.
Oh no.
So much raw footage.
I got it.
But it's all on YouTube, so you can watch it there.
Yep.
Excellent.
Alrighty, well, with no further ado, let's begin our recap. I'll kind of pitch us off here. Last time on the Ghost in the Machine, previously on Ghost in the Machine, you all, after concluding some various diplomatic meetings with the Son of Storms, you ventured into the lake of Falglen Loch, which is a lake. It's redundant to say the Lake of Falglen Loch, because Loch means lake.
It does.
It does. The Lake of Falglen Holler, which is known as Falglen Loch. Technically. Once you guys got in there, you found your way to the Hag Burrow of the Grand Hags, and then what happened?
We had a very fruitful, productive conversation.
We
with
made
them.
some allies.
Yeah. Squarely in the friend column.
Mark that one off.
That's how I walked away from
Win.
like that.
We found out that the Grand Hags made a pact with Marissa.
Yeah.
Marisha, I did it again. With the goddess Marisha Ray.
Yep.
Freudian slip.
The goddess of the arresting light. Marissa made a pact or some sort of deal with the Grand Hags, and apparently a bunch of fey creatures surrounding them to remain on the prime material plane rather than being pushed out into the different fey worlds.
After all, it was the Hags who deposed the Sorcerer Kings in the Western Continent and ruled there for centuries.
It makes sense.
Gilly got a new name.
Yep. Gilly Hagsbane.
Spain.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Lady of the Mists and the Mountains.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Selena has nothing that hags want.
Correct.
Hags don't want rocks.
They
got
want them, they just have them all. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All rocks are hags.
Yeah.
Belong to hags.
And then you guys departed from the meeting with the Hags, having gained a Void Diamond,
Yep.
and then journeyed where?
Headed back to Obfuscated Spire
That's
to
right.
talk with Naz, because basically we've decided through Halfgar we need to go over to Droska.
Yep.
And so we're looking for a contact to basically get us there on the DL.
Selena smuggled a ferret into the devil dog.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did.
Well,
I smuggled. Well,
Or Justice smuggled
smuggled
the ferret.
two
Yeah, that's it.
ferrets.
Two
weasels in
ferrets.
his pockets. Yeah. So, yeah.
And then
Weasel's ferrets.
We
So we dropped Alric off with the Friends of the Fallen, which is the underground organization that Selena's part of, for safekeeping while he continues to rebuild and repair from his time away. And then, yeah, so that we didn't take him on this dangerous journey, so we have to smuggle ourselves out of
Gishari
Gishari.
into Halfgar.
Yep.
halfway across the continent, or halfway across
The world.
the world to the other side of the ocean. We have to do all of it without any of the Gish knowing,
That's right.
which seems impossible.
So we ended the session with you guys returning to Stilltower, which is the place that you liberated from Lord Stilltower prior to the stream, where this all began, and that was around the time shortly, a couple episodes after, we decided to start streaming this thing because things were so much fun and going so well.
That's right.
Coming home.
Yep, yeah, it's like coming home, full circle. So
There's definitely not a terrible mirror in the basement that we should never uncover and look into.
There is absolutely a terrible mirror in the basement that we should never uncover or look into.
By the way, I would have taken an opportunity during the time that Selena and Justice were gone to attune to the Ivory Cloak of Protection.
Cool.
Nice.
So, we begin with you guys having stepped just through the teleportation circle and greeted by this spectator, Vernon, the aberration monster creature that you summoned to protect the Stilltower in your absence. The tower is much as you had left it before. It's a bit more organized, a bit more clean, and has lost that kind of foreboding green tint.
Foreboding taints.
Yes.
The green
Also
taints are always foreboding.
So as you sit there and talk to your spectator, you can see the corruption has left this tower, which one of you have already investigated. You don't hear any other extraordinary noises, and nothing seems to be going awry yet. So what do you wish to do, folks?
Can you remind me what the cauldron does that we got from the hags?
It cuts the time in half that you brew potions with.
Oh, that's
or
right.
poisons, I think.
Poisons and potions, yep.
Got
Rinse it out real good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
it's
do
really-
potions first and then poisons. You're gonna have a bad day.
You want to be real careful about the order in which you do those things.
Yep. Yeah, you guys have not been here since you, you revisited very briefly, but you liberated this town from its corrupt and oppressive lord. What do you all wish to do?
It's towards the end of the day, right?
It's getting there, yeah. It's getting there. We'll say it's about 6 p.m.
Perhaps we should...
Sunset, because it's now winter.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Vern,
Yes.
how have things been in our absence?
I don't venture outside the tower because I am confined to it by our contract. But I can tell you that the tower is safe, and that Master Urki Timbers has tended to the lands beyond the tower. So you should speak with him.
Perfection. And no incursions or attempts of incursions upon the tower?
As I understand it, there have been attempted incursions by certain creatures into the town of Stilltower, but the forces of Urki Timber has promptly crushed them and slaughtered them.
All is
Way
well.
to go,
then.
Arky.
He's pretty tough. He's a paladin, so.
Yeah,
He
of
is.
course, yeah.
It sounds like he's leveled up.
Slightly.
Paladins are a little broken.
I mean, that's the whole point. All
We
the
come
classes
out
are a
and
little broken.
he's just like a thunk. He's like huge. You know, like...
If there's nothing further, masters and mistresses, I have a job to do.
Fair enough.
He floats down a little bit and gives you guys a bow and floats
Is there
away.
anything you need help with?
No, it's my job. I don't need your help. Thank you. Go lead.
I'm just offering.
So,
We've been gone for months and he's like, okay, welcome back. Fuck off.
He's not your friend.
He's like, go talk to someone else.
Yeah, he's a beholder kid, which means he thinks of himself as superior to you.
Right.
But he's bound by a magical contract.
Good lord.
remind me what our end of the contract was.
It's you summoned him. That's basically
Oh,
yeah. And
okay.
he serves you. You guys know that they can't break him. It lasts for 100 years. You got to be decent to him.
Right.
Okay, I was just
Yeah.
making sure because we've bartered a number of things to other people.
Did I sell my souls for the CR1 beholder kid or not?
I think that Vorgesh, him, and oh, by the way, I didn't tell you, but Lady Kilgast or Mrs. Kilgast,
thank you.
I put part of your soul in her too.
Yeah,
Okay.
without your
Package deal.
consent.
Very good.
Without your
Very good.
consent.
Without your consent.
You were
your soul's
sleeping,
gone.
so I pricked your finger and just signed the paper. With
Oh
your
my
I forged your
God.
signature.
Thank you, Osis10, for subscribing for 5 months. Woo!
Thank you.
5 months of bliss.
Thank you, Pyromancer, for subscribing.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Whoever
Simon.
that handsome devil is.
whoever he
That means he
is.
gets
Hey, I can
20
subscribe to
episodes of this show at least.
That's right.
For that low price.
Low price. Subscribe today.
So how do we want to do we? So Urki, we have to talk to. Is it busy?
Busy.
Busy.
in the
Do we
barn.
want to let her know we were here because I know we're going to avoid everyone else.
I think that those two are to be trusted.
Okay. How would we like to collect them? And get them to come talk to us without going into town.
If only any members of our group could magically send messages across vast distances without needing to cross them.
We only have
That would
somebody
be-
that could do that.
That would be delightful. Alas, this is a situation that will never resolve itself.
Arky
I
is
do
friends
not
with
believe there is a
animals. Maybe
solution.
that would be a nice way to do it.
But we'd have to leave the tower to find an animal.
You can go up on the top and find a bird, maybe.
Maybe a moth. Fly down.
That's right. A moth could fly down on the top of the tower, and then you could send it to go
Then
get
we,
eagles to fly us across the ocean.
It's perfect.
Eagles will take us to Halfgar.
That's right.
What was
The Eagles will take us to Halfgar.
What's the Iron Mountain in Droska or something called?
Magnitogorsk.
There we
They'll
go.
take us to the top
Which
of
roughly,
Magnitogorsk.
which
is a
roughly
real mountain in
translates to
Russia.
Mountain Doom.
There we
It
go.
means
Yes.
Iron Mountain, or
Yeah.
Metal Mountain, actually.
It means Iron Mountain of Doom, so, you know,
You
we're fine.
have caught yourself.
You caught the.
This is why we have the safety pin!
Just throwing my chair through the window.
Like a man scream. Somebody please clip that. I'm gonna cut that off.
So, did you actually bring Animal Messenger or no?
So I can, if we're going to do that, then I can go be an animal messenger. I cannot animal messenger other animals. So if you can message.
I mean, I can. It's a 3rd level spell slot.
Perhaps
Well,
we were
it's the
going
end
to
of
take
the
an
day.
extended rest, yes.
Yeah, I believe
So
we
I guess-
should rest in tower.
I guess it's
before
just a
we
matter
head
of, like, what else do we think we're going to need today?
Oh, I think I just lied to you. I think I definitely have an animal messenger.
How would you guys like to
I do
notify
have an
them?
animal messenger.
Perfect. Send them off.
Send Urki a moth.
And you can just have them bring busy.
Seems great.
Grab busy. Go to the tower.
on. Giant moth just
get busy.
picking her up and dragging her to the tower.
Okay.
Listen to this moth.
So, are there any small animals in
Moth.
the tower?
Roll of perception.
Has to be a moth.
I was really hoping that would be a 1. It is not. It's a 16 plus 8.
Near one of the
24.
lanterns in the distance, you see a little moth.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Perfect. Then I will coax the moth from the lantern.
Embrace the moth, Selena.
Just gotta, you go
I imagine you use Druidcraft to create a little sun that it allows you to do.
Perfect, if that's the thing I'm doing.
Oh my god, yes.
Sounds good.
Moth to the flame.
Could you find our friend Urky Timbers?
Hey, Selena.
Hey!
Yes.
I'll find your friend for you.
This is the moth.
I love it. I love it so much.
And,
Alright, let's go. I got my counter going.
actually this one doesn't have a counter, does it?
Animal messenger?
It
I'm
doesn't
pretty
matter.
sure
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I guess it is 25 words.
That's what I thought.
What do you need me to say? I don't know how moths work.
This is the best
This is
content
exactly how
we
moths
have
work.
ever put
Perfect.
out.
Don't touch his wings. The powder will come off.
Selena and crew are back in town. We would discreetly like to meet with you and Busy here at the tower. Whenever's convenient.
Okay, I think I got that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I forgot to count. I was so distracted
Me
with
too.
the moth.
It flies
Me
away.
too. It was
I'll be back.
17 words.
I'm going. Yeah, you see the moth fly away.
Enter the lantern.
You see the spectator just disintegrated.
I cast light. No, do I have light
I
cantrip?
don't
As a...
think you do. I have no idea.
Ah,
You have to
damn
put it on an object.
I was going to put it on the end of his antenna.
Oh
Oh
god.
no.
So there's just a light floating through town. That's not gonna draw attention.
I don't have light.
So you see the moth flutter away.
It's like a firefly.
It doesn't return with the message, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, now that is done, I'm going to go up to that area of the tower you could craft poisons.
You're in it. You're in the workshop.
Yes. I'm like, I crack my knuckles. I got some work to do tonight
All right.
Oh boy.
before we head out. Like useful. Okay. I'm gonna, if I can, try to craft poison with whatever materials are available.
Okay. Are you proficient in poisoners kit?
I thought so.
We gonna find out. I think rogues are.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. I think yes. I'm 90%.
Your tools? Under your tools there on the left?
Proficiencies.
Yes, I am. It's there.
Okay.
It's there. I didn't know where to look. And I was like, I think so. I did this once before.
I remember you being it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But then they changed your race, so I wasn't too sure.
It's a rogue feature.
So the after about 3 minutes, you hear from you don't hear because it's a massive stone tower, but you eventually hear, hello?
Hey, Erky.
Oh, Erky, you can see he's in his kind of oak ironwood armor, and he's got his shield, he's got his sword, he's done up in his regalia. You can see he has a couple more scars across his face. He looks a bit more he looks stronger, and behind him is the gunslinger and mayor of this town, Busy. Gnomes, both of them, and they stand back. Erky says, it's so good to see you guys.
Hey.
And he just kind of gives you all like a quick little handshake.
I'll stop from what I'm doing. And shake his hand.
Busy gives you guys a handshake too.
We're glad to be back in town.
It's hugs from Gilly.
Oh, yeah. Erky's like, oh, thanks. When you go to hug Busy, she's just like,
Okay.
not a thing.
That's what my mom used to do.
Busy.
Stop it.
Busy says, shall we sit and have a chat?
Yeah.
Of course.
And if they're...
Was there a level of the tower that was appropriate for
There's
that?
a nice sitting room, I think.
Okay. Go
In like the library?
Mm-hmm.
Area?
There's a lot of.
Would you like to conjure
The hut, sure.
snacks?
Oh, snacks?
What?
Because you have the feast knife, right?
Oh, sure. I could do that. And I could conjure the hut.
I
think
feel
the
pretty
town might
safe in the
protect us.
tower.
Okay.
If you want to do...
I'll conjure popcorn. Popcorn, and there's some teas and coffees and like some fruits and some veggies.
Perfect.
All right.
Some charcuterie stuff and some popcorn. Yeah, that's
I
it.
didn't pack
A little bit of
make
wine.
food and water. Sorry.
Have you ever?
Once.
It was episode 2.
Pre-stream.
Yeah.
When we were in hell, I had it.
Oh.
That makes sense.
So, Busy's like, so what brings you guys here?
We're passing back through town. Thought we should check in on you before we head on our way.
What's it been? 3 or 4 months?
A while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About that?
Yeah.
You guys look pretty good.
Thank you.
We're surviving.
You look like you have seen some action as well.
Erky and Busy both go, yeah, things are a lot better than living under Lord Putra's Stilltower, but there's been some things happening here lately. Nothing we can't handle. But the wildlife are getting more invasive and aggressive.
The wildlife.
Yeah, bears, even a few minor fey creatures, things like that.
Really?
Something spooking them. We've heard there's strange noises. You know that giant crater you left in Fort Platino?
Yep.
Yeah, there's some weird things crawling out of there, some noises and things, so. It's nothing we can't handle. You don't have to stress yourselves out about it, but it's
I
like
wonder
life.
if that became one of the rifts.
One of the whole habitable?
The borders between the worlds are closing.
Oh, indeed.
minimizing.
Perhaps
There
What
is
if
that
that
extending.
created
It's a thin spot.
a rift between worlds?
It might be.
As long as you are sure that you can manage it on your own. We are here and, well, do not plan to stay for long.
Yeah, there's only been like 1 or 2 things crawling out of there. They're these kind of weird gray looking. They kind of look like people, but they're gray and they have these kind of spongy flesh and thin claws, webbed claws. No eyes. Anyway, so
Lord.
No.
yeah.
Oh no.
Is that description of a mind flayer?
No.
Oh no. Okay.
So life moves on here in the frontier.
Just keep us updated if it gets any worse.
I'll send you a letter.
You're like the blood-soaked letter.
Dear civilians.
Being
They're
murdered.
dying.
Where are you guys headed?
Oh,
Back
that is
through Kragmandu.
correct. Although this is a matter that should be treated with discretion, as we mentioned. We would not like to advertise the fact that we were here.
We just called you in because we didn't want to pop into our tower and have you show up and be like, who's been in the tower?
No one's bothered us in months. Not since the void blew up the thing. There was a couple investigators and press here a week or so after that, but we haven't heard squat. People don't come up here anymore.
That's
Okay.
Have you needed anything? Have you been
No.
getting anything that you need?
We got that kind of care package from the friends, and that has tied us over. We're doing fine up here.
That's good.
Thanks to you guys. So
Okay.
That is good to
I'm
hear.
happy to hear that. Yeah.
perfect.
we've got the tower to keep everyone safe if things get dire, and with Vernon, keeps me company.
Tolerates people.
Yeah. So that's all the excitement up here.
Okay.
Have you asked Vernon if they recognize the kinds of creatures that you've?
He said he didn't. He figured it was a kind of lower aberration, but he didn't. He said he's never seen anything like it.
But you can kill it at least if it comes towards town.
They're pretty hard to kill, but yeah, there's only been 2 of them. So, and that was actually when we got closer to the hole. That was when they came out. So first it was the kind of weird howling wind that was coming from Fort Platino that travelers would report on their way to the inn, the Briar Shadow Meadery. And so I went out and investigated, and that's when one of them came out, killed it, barely. The 2 of us did. And this is Urki talking. And then we checked back a couple days later because the howling had gone for a while and then it picked back up. And so then we checked out and, well, there was another one. So I guess they're emitting this howling as like a warning sign, a mating call. I have no idea. So, but that's our problem, our cross to bear.
Okay. I mean,
We're like chomping at the bit to go do it, but he keeps saying, but we got this, and I'm like, yeah.
we may pass by and see what's going on. I make no promises.
It's always good seeing you all.
Yeah.
It's good to see you too.
I'm glad it's under better terms this time and not all.
Yeah,
Much better.
I hopefully won't die this time you guys have rolled into town.
Yeah, let's hope so. But have the dead been staying dead this time around?
Yes.
Good.
Yep. I am the gravekeeper after all.
People are recovering from their traumas.
Yeah, the nightmares are stopped, the corruption's gone.
I can feel that.
So,
No.
bit by bit, we're healing.
Good.
These creatures, do they come out at night or during the day?
Night. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's like just urge to go smite creatures growing.
How far away is the crater from us in the tower?
Fort Platino it's not very far if I remember correctly. It's like an hour outside of town.
Wasn't it like
Less
on the
than
way?
3 miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, it was really close.
So then at the end of this conversation, I will ritual commune with nature.
Ooh.
And see what I can see of whatever crap is happening out there.
Okay. So as you cast community, oh my god. As you cast nature, you
Druids
hone
are
in,
banned in the next game. This is what's happened. Druids and paladins.
you commune and you focus and you hone in your mystical energies on the crater that you had left behind. Was this the 3 questions one? Did you want to do it that way? Or?
So I would be searching more just for where that rift is.
Okay.
And what he said aberrations.
All right.
Whatever that would fall under, and then what plane of existence it's coming up against. That would be my 3 things.
Perfect. So as you peer into the darkness, and you can kind of almost see it doesn't quite give you vision of the area, but your memory creates this kind of vision. And you can see this kind of, and you can start to feel as your questions become answered, this kind of gnawing hunger. That's the question the answer you get about the kind of landscape / plains of it all.
Okay.
As far as creature type aberrations, there are definitely aberrations down in there. about a mile or so down in. Yeah.
No.
And you can just, as you search and feel, you can just feel like this. It's like you're touching mystically speaking, you're touching your hand on like a body of water. And what you think is just a shallow puddle is in fact an ocean.
Oh my god. No.
And there are things in the water.
Oh, that's
Colonies.
disgusting.
And then it bites back at you and you come out of your vision.
Well,
We might want to fix this.
Mm-hmm.
that was a mistake. We've added 3 days to our journey. And I will just describe what I'm pretty sure is a small pocket of the void full of aberrations.
Void or something left behind by the void from a time long ago.
Yep.
Yep.
And they feel innumerable. I feel if we played our cards right, we could probably figure out how to close it. But this is all a mistake.
Thank you, Swima, for the bits. Thank you.
Woo woo! 100 bits! Thank you, Seymour. That much closer to Torta one shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much we love you.
Yeah, this does not sound good, but I don't know if we can ignore this. I don't think and then we'll be able to handle this over time.
In the long run, no.
This might
Sorry,
just get worse.
Erky.
Yeah, still right here.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
So,
it seems worse than it
Pretty
is.
sure that's a pocket of the void. I don't know what that means to you, but
I've heard the tales. And I think you guys told me a little bit, so.
yeah. So it made what, a third of the population in Kragmandu disappear?
Yeah.
Like that's what's in there. And,
Something along those lines.
I mean, I think your town's been terrified enough. I don't want to leave this here and come back to none of you.
Well, it's entirely, listen, it's entirely up to you guys. I don't know all that. I just have killed 2 things that came out of the hole. Just doing my job.
I appreciate
You've been doing
that.
it really well.
My understanding is, well, no, he wouldn't know that. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's terrifying.
Yeah, it's the world we live in.
Would there be, knowing what she knows now, would there be any kind of appropriate knowledge check about those kinds of creatures?
Yeah, the relevant skills here are Arcana
On it.
and Religion.
You can assist with Arcana.
Green or purple or the giant dice?
Go green.
Green. 2 green
I can make my own
ones.
Arcana check.
Yes, you can.
Assistance.
Hey. Oh, never
Well,
mind.
that's terrible and more terrible. That's an 8.
Okay.
15. Or no, 13.
Okay. So as you all consult, you do know that common lore, like there's not really anything deep in the earth. Like there's the dwarves, but there's subterranean life forms and things like that, and there's even some aberrations here and there. But as far as like, there's no Underdark in this reality. So this is pretty big for something that
Shouldn't exist.
that size that's around. How new it is, whether it's connected to the more recent void incursions, you don't know. But when the void got repelled by the arresting light, the remnants of the void became aberrations. So.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Perhaps the Sorcerer King's lair was acting as some sort of a plug. And once
Either
it
that or it
collapsed
was tapped into something.
and opened up, like
Yeah.
that devious
Yeah, exactly.
smile.
It's probably something along those lines.
Maybe if we just
they were harnessing
We
it for
also have a
power,
whole
now there's
library here we
nothing
can
that-
consult before going.
I when we were here last time, I looked through the library for anything on the void, and there was scarce. I don't know how much else we're gonna find here.
Okay.
Well,
We can take a look-see or...
on our way through, but I would posit that we do not know how long our trip to Halfgar is going to take. And we have precious little time.
And, yeah.
So if this is
We can take a look if there's a way to stem the tide, or at least slow it down without spending too much time there.
I think we can spare a day, maybe even 2. But
Hold on. Thank you,
Yes,
Asimov,
thank
for
you.
500
Thank you
additional
so
bits.
much.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. He didn't see the goal. Yeah, we have a goal towards the Turtle one shot, folks.
That's
Look
right.
at that bar
That's right.
climb.
It was just purely his own beneficence the first time. That's awesome.
Thank you,
Thank
Asimov.
you so
One
much.
of our very earliest supporters. I think episode 1.
Holy
They've
crap.
been here.
16%. Thanks.
So, what do you guys wish to do? Yeah, so you have your time constraints to consider.
do we want to go first thing in the morning?
If it's on the way.
I think that would be wise. We rest up, do whatever preparations that we need, and then head off in the morning.
What sort of resting do we need to do?
Um,
What have we expended so far? I mean, in terms of
I mean,
resources.
I, for one, don't want to become exhausted. We have a long journey ahead of us.
A couple of spell slots.
It is nighttime. It has been a full day. So people need sleep.
I mean, it's a couple hours out and a couple hours back. It's just more of if we get there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but aberrations are a little stronger at night. More active.
Less likely to be vulnerable is how I would phrase it.
I mean,
You could.
we could always do this the brash way. We could walk up in the middle of the night and I can pop a daylight spell right over and we can hope for the best.
It's worked in the past.
What do we want to do?
We could go, take our long rest there, like in the hut, close.
The
but
last
not
time
there.
we took our long rest anywhere near that place, we had a very bad time.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I would feel safer taking our rests, getting what we need, going out in the morning, because if there's nothing there or we can't do anything about it, we can continue on to Kragmandu, no one the wiser. And Erky and Busy have been amazing so far at keeping
Right.
the town safe.
I'm just feeling real pushed by the time constraint of the blood moon getting ever closer. And I feel so not ready to deal with that.
How long did it
It's
take
gonna-
to go on foot to get to Kragmandu from Stilltower? Was that
To
like
Kragmandu, it was 8 hours.
8 hours? Okay.
Fort Platino is I think it was
Like-
that close. It was
yes.
under an hour.
Right. So we could, if we wanted to push, if we were concerned, we could get to Kragmandu. It would probably be early morning when we arrived.
Yep.
We could find lodging there and try to make our arrangements if we wish to push. I do not know how long. It did not sound like we would be taking an airship, and the trip is very far. I do not know how long it will take us to get to Halfgar.
That's kind of what I'm concerned about. Yeah.
Then
And then from Halfgar, we have to still go all the way.
Hey, Erky and Busy.
Yeah.
So I think we'll probably either depart tonight or in the morning, and we'll go past the pit to see what's going on before we completely go out.
All
Is
right.
there anything else you guys can ask of us? Anything we can send back?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
We've gotten help. We've come a long way in a short amount of time.
And then I've acquired some more healing in our travels. Is there anybody in town that could benefit?
No,
Elderly, children, sick. You
no,
guys
I've
were...
been taking care of the disabled.
Okay.
There wasn't that many of us, so it wasn't too hard.
Excellent.
Very good. And as I said, we're kind of trying to get through town as quietly as possible. So the less people that see us, the better.
Mum's the word.
I appreciate it. We will come back and celebrate with you when all this is over.
Perfect.
So if we want to push, we leave now, head back, head past it, check it out, and then head into Kragmandu, get our passage booked on your ship, and we can immediately rest on the ship as
Exactly.
we head out.
Worst case
Okay.
scenario.
But then we can't really stop too long there. Otherwise
One
we'll
last
be in
thing that
trouble.
I want to bring up before we leave this tower, though. Is there still a summoning circle in the basement?
We haven't been down to
The summoning circle vanished whenever the sword broke. It away.
So we don't have too much of a risk of a Vorgesh being summoned from here.
0 risk, yeah.
Okay. That was my concern.
Perfect.
Then if we can wait an hour before we leave,
That is fine.
Okay, I'm gonna use natural recovery
Okay. You guys take a short rest for those of you who would like to.
to get my 5th level spell slot back.
Is that enough time to whip anything up in the room, or is that too quick?
An hour. Poisons have to brew.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, if we were going to spend the night, I would, but
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. I figured that was pretty fast or something like that, so. Then I will spend the hour, since I do not need to rest, I will just kind of explore the tower since we have more time now. And see.
I'd say you could probably brew a vial of basic poison that would be ready the next day,
I see what you're saying, like it would like sit and marinate overnight.
but
Sure.
just the basic stuff.
Sure.
The one before. Just roll it. Roll with advantage, of course, because you're in the tower.
That is a 17 on the dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have one vial of basic poison as described in the player's handbook.
Thank you.
Nice. It'll be ready the next day.
It's with a mortar and pestle.
What is there anything else anyone is doing before you all depart?
Is there any item swapping that we want to get done? This is the time to attune or untune to things.
I'm good.
with what I have. I probably peruse the library during that hour just to see if there's anything that piques my interest or looks interesting to read.
I just, attunement slots opened up for me, so I just want to make sure that we've reassess our options.
You have empty attunement slots?
I did. I mean, I've got like the Cap of the Bard on, which I could easily swap out for something else. Like if we wanted to each have a staff. Since you can't wield 2 at the same time.
Correct.
Yeah, but I almost never hit anything with these anyway.
Yeah, but the spells in them.
Yeah, you can't have two. You can't have two-handed attunements.
Oh, I've had them attuned for weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
Okay, because I just had the Staff of Lesser Healing like on my hip. I haven't been using it. Got it.
It's like how you can't be attuned to 2 hats.
Oh.
No.
Okay. You already have the Wand of Fireballs, right?
I'm not attuned to that. That's... You know how I feel about causing that amount of damage. That's not really my thing.
You guys could swap.
I mean...
If you want to take the wand...
I guess I could just be a firebug with the clutch and the wand.
That could work.
I'm sentimentally attached to the Staff of Lesser Healing at this point.
You like to remember that time you tried to give it to the hags?
It was a sacrifice.
No.
It was a gift. Yeah.
It was something that meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
That was the whole point.
Yeah.
Right. No, it was a sacrifice.
Oh, God.
If there's no items to swap, then that's fine.
But if I can't have both on me at the same time.
Nope.
Alright, you don't have the winged boots. I still have those, right?
Correct.
Indeed.
Perfect. Then, if you would actually use the Staff of Lesser Healing, I will unattune from that and attune to the winged boots.
Perfection.
You okay with that?
No, but here we are. It is for the betterment of the group.
Cool beans.
Okay.
Sorry, I almost never use either of the staffs for actual anything, so I just figured I'd just carried them.
Oh, you mean as weapons?
Yeah.
Like weapons? No, yeah.
So
you can, the only duplicates you can do are rings and one-handers.
yeah, I didn't realize that you couldn't have both of those attuned at the same time.
Yeah, they're staves.
Okay. Because I just wear them, I don't actually use them as weapons.
It's the attunement. Yeah.
So.
Oh, no harm, no foul. We benefited from it the whole
That's
time.
right.
She used to just swap them out.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
So, is it...
Staff of Lesser Healing.
Right. Charges-wise.
It's completely clean right now. Because I've kept it that way.
Completely full, you mean?
Yeah. It doesn't have any uses.
Okay.
Used.
It's brimming with healing.
So I'll unattune from the Cap of the Bard and I'll attune to the Lesser Staff of Healing. Or Staff of Lesser Healing.
Do you want me to carry the Wand of Fireballs in case that becomes more useful later?
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's just hanging out in the bay.
Yeah. And I have my wand of magic missiles, which I've used. So.
And you still have the Ring of Spellstorm?
I do.
Perfect.
Yep.
And I think that's all the paperwork we've got.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Alrighty, so you guys are departing from Stilltower. Where are you headed?
The crater.
That's on the way to.
It is. They're both south.
Perfection.
So we'll go past the
Alright.
Fort Platino
How would you like to approach Fort Platino?
carefully.
I would
With
say
stealth.
once we get within, since it was so close, I would say once we get almost within like eye shot on the horizon, I would say stealth or try to stealth. And I'm even happy to scout forward if anyone wants me to.
So we should stop and listen, since Oki said there was howling. Indicated that one of those things was around.
That is good.
call.
That is a good call.
So stop and listen.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll perception.
So
I will assist.
Okay.
Right? Actually, no, I'm not trained, so I cannot.
Yep.
I
Never
can
mind.
assist with perception.
That's fine. My first dice was higher, anyways. 20.
20 total. So you guys approach Fort Platino. I'll say you get 80, 100 feet away, I imagine. You listen in for noises. You don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything. It's pretty quiet. Should be somewhat safe to approach, though albeit carefully. If you would like to scout ahead, just make sure you're not seen.
I will do my best.
You always do.
I will try to sneak up on the mouth of the crater. If I can.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
I will give him guidance before he leaves the group.
Why, thank you. Why did I say that with a southern accent? Because Rob was just talking to me.
So,
It's all good. No, how dare you talk to me?
You're slipping back into your home accent from the deep south.
26. And actually, guidance D4?
Yep.
27.
Nice. A no sightless, true sight monster's
Before
gonna
you
see
head
you.
before you head out to stealth, we'll give you a guide, inspiration,
Thank you.
just in case.
So as you crest up near and start to climb the kind of rocky hills and you approach the high wooden walls and logs that form the fortress-like structure of Fort Platino.
That we burned up.
Yeah.
they did not actually burn down. You actually used to create water.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because we put it out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of burnt
You
stuff.
stood there for a
Yeah.
minute and you're like, oh yeah.
I'm a witch. I can do these things.
Yep. You peek in just much like you did the one of the first nights you guys scouted the Fort Platino. You can see the chasm that the mines used to be in, where the mines used to be. You see the remnants of some kind of camp that you guys had left behind. You don't see a fire or anything, but you do see a kind of like hunched over figure that has this kind of shoddy green cloak and these kind of rags, and it's rifling through some kind of garbage, and you can hear. And it's picking through some kind of pile.
Nope.
And as you get closer, you can hear in your mind.
You know the scene from The Simpsons when Abe Simpson walks into the burlesque?
Are you attuned to your ring of mind, children?
I am.
You can't not hear that.
Actually, let me confirm that I am
I'm
actually
pretty sure you are.
under attunement. Yeah, I am.
And it's hunched over, crawling around, picking through things.
It's going to be a hard pass for me, bro.
I should have done that. Oh man, it's too late.
I feel like 11.
I'm gonna just sneak away, stepping backwards into the hedge.
Roll stealth.
God and stuff, you need it.
Do
You have a
15s.
horn of alarm.
That is a
Horn of Gondor.
22.
You can kind of hear the creature approach where you were, and you see it open its kind of eyeless, toothless maw, and it stretches open. It scratches at the post, but then it and then backs away.
Oh, no. Oh,
Why is this? I'm sneaking away. I'm sneaking back. Justice is unperturbed, slightly weirded out.
no. I'm not going to sleep tonight.
I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play the rerun while we're sleeping.
I will throw you out of the house.
So I will come back to the group, and I will very quietly. I will say, there is one of those creatures. It defies explanation. I'll try to roughly describe it. It would seem to be consistent with some of the things that Urki was saying.
Well, brash? Or do we want to try and take care of this one quietly?
Well, I always prefer if I can get the drop on a creature, I will do substantially more damage to it.
I agree. It's better for us.
Perhaps we should kill the one that is on the surface if they're coming up.
It might delay more from coming up.
Correct.
As quietly as possible.
Okay, before we go up, I'm gonna... Can I commune with nature twice a day?
Is it a ritual?
It is a ritual.
Then yes, but it's going to take you 10 minutes if you do that to cast it as a ritual.
Okay. So...
What?
I was just thinking of the lamprey creature from the X-Files.
This is much worse.
This is
This is way
so
much
bad.
worse.
This feels to me kind of like a hybrid between the thing in Stranger Things season 1 and like the little dog guys.
Well, they're describing what they're doing. I'm gonna commune with nature again and see if it's just the one or if there's a lot of creatures on the surface.
Go for it. You going to cast that?
Yeah.
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say it feels like a combination between the Stranger Things monster from season 1
Demogorgon.
and the Demogorgon and the thing in what is this? The Quiet Place.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I haven't seen Quiet Place.
Yeah, it's just armored and huge. Bursts through the wall.
Okay, so you commune. So you feel that blip, and then way down, a mile or more down, you feel more blips.
Okay. Can I feel if there's a so in that landscape, does it feel like there might be a trigger towards the surface to close it? I don't know if that's a thing that commune with nature can do. Influence from other planes of existence, buildings.
To close it, no. I think that would be.
That would be more of an investigation thing, maybe.
I would say because it says buildings and now the cave. However, it does limit you to about 300 feet for cave structures.
Yeah.
Radiuses.
So this is more about like the top section.
Mm-hmm. I would say since it gives you knowledge of up to 3 facts, I would say if you do enough damage, you can cause a kind of cave in. You erupting earth, shatter, thunder wave, shit that blows stuff apart. You can probably cause some kind of deterrent cave in. It's a pretty big opening.
Right.
Okay. Alright.
Shape Earth.
I will tell you guys that.
Shape earth, yeah. Maybe transmute rock. I don't know.
I got rid of all those things so that I could have us breathe
Close
underwater.
hell pit.
We could fill it with water.
Arcane lock. Put up a door.
Just,
Right.
yeah.
Arcane lock.
Perfect.
They don't know how to
I'm
use
sure
doors.
that'll be fine. They can't dig around it.
Just covering it with a piece of a burlap sack. Just cover the opening. They won't see it anymore.
Throw a sheet over it.
The hole's like. The hole's pretty big though, so it'd be pretty hard to close.
Man,
Yeah.
you're fucking terrible. These things. Okay.
Things happen. I don't know.
That's right.
Okay, so if we get into a
Actions
tiff,
have consequences.
I will daylight us so that we can actually see what we're doing. Other than that, we can try to close it by causing a cave in, but that's going to be hard to do, at least from my perspective. I don't have enough to do that. Otherwise, everything else is about a mile down. That's just the one on the surface.
So we clean that one up and we head on our way.
Indeed.
We do so as quietly as
I
possible.
mean,
Or at least sneaking up after us.
is that
quietly as
enough to
possible.
clear our conscience?
I
At
mean,
least it will.
it's the best we can do at this point if we can't close it up.
I do
I'm
not.
not seeing other options there.
Indeed. Perhaps
Without
we
going
can,
down to that horrible pit.
from the pinnacle.
To the pit.
All right. I'm
So-
going to,
You're gonna sneak up on it.
and I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
Just in case, because the group is probably going to.
Hang back
Behind.
30 feet, I would
Yeah.
imagine.
So-
Roughly a good structure. Roll stealth. Plus 10.
Okay, so that would be a 27.
Alrighty, it doesn't seem to have noticed you. You climb up on the pillars probably on the south side because that was where the most of the elevation was, and you're perched on top of these tall logs that form this wall. And you can see the creature. It's looking around. You can see it stands up and it's about 7.5 feet tall. It starts to kind of scrape and claw around the side of the mountain and the side of the logs, and it's getting kind of closer to you. It seems to like it has a rough idea that it's not alone, but it's like it can't see you
Right.
because you have the ring of mind shielding.
I'm going to wait till it gets close enough to where I can pounce on it.
It is effectively surprised because it is expecting to find basically a non-intelligent creature like a rabbit or something.
Perfection.
And
So
then
it's yeah. Go ahead.
once he hits it, I'm gonna frostbite it too.
All right, so you're peering
That's
through
what I
the
was
thing.
gonna do.
Cast.
I-
So-
that's
Do a
okay.
frostbite.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
you're,
really?
yeah, all you need to do is be able to see it. So
Yes.
Oh god.
And I
I'm a
heard-
frostbite it too.
Because do you?
Hey, you have
But you
frostbite
guys
now?
are only at 30 feet, right?
Keep frostbite. 60 feet.
Oh, it's 60 feet for you guys too. Nice.
So I will say for this, if you guys hold on.
All three of us are gonna frostbite.
So
it.
you, Chase, need to make as you enter into melee. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw because it'll be at the start of your turn.
Oh, okay. I'm going to spin my inspiration dice.
D8.
That was a
That's a
D10.
D10 you're rolling. That's
That would have been
not
really good because that was a 10 on
Yeah,
it.
so-
That's what made me realize that. I
Roll
rolled.
a 10 on a D8. I'm the best.
Oh, perfect. So that would be 9 plus 7, 16.
Thank God, you're good. So you can feel as you enter and get closer to it. So anyone who is within 30 feet, we'll say you guys are able to hang, based on the map that I'm looking at, you guys would actually be about 35 feet away, so you're just out of the zone. So you can feel this life force start to be pulled from you, and you can feel yourself almost slip out of consciousness as you approach it.
No.
And go ahead and make your attacks.
All right, so first attack with advantage is a... Oh, man, that's only a 14.
14? Miss.
Yes. All right, second attack. Aha, that is a 25.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, stunning strike.
So it's immune to lightning damage.
Okay.
Wait, isn't it if it's surprised you get a crit?
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah.
13 on the con save.
That fails.
All right,
Yeah.
stunned.
Nice.
Okay, so let me just do this really quick. So sneak attack damage, it's immune to lightning. That's fine. And
Immune
so-
to lightning, immune to poison, and it's
Okay.
gonna. Yeah. So roll your dagger damage on your second dagger attack.
Okay. That would be 4 plus 3 is 7. Doubled is 14 plus 4. 18 points of damage.
Excuse me.
It is stunned now. I'm going to use... Let me mark off my key point. I'm going to use Flurry of Blows on it.
You say 17 points of damage?
18 points of damage.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm going to be making unarmed attacks now. So I do not have sneak attack, but I do have lightning. And did you say it's immune to necrotic?
It's immune to lightning.
Immune to lightning.
It's immune to lightning.
It's
So I have...
resistant to necrotic, so parse out the damage.
Okay, perfect. So the additional lightning from the shoes do not count.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Well, I have 2 sources of lightning, and I was trying to keep them track. So that is a 20. Since this is unarmed, that's a 25 to the attack.
25 hits.
Alrighty. That is 9, 18 plus 3, 21 points of damage.
Okay.
And then my next attack.
What was the necrotic on that damage?
Oh, that would have been 3 times 2 is 6.
Okay, so it gets back 3. It's resistant to necrotic.
Okay. And then that last attack is a 20 on the attack
That'll
roll.
hit.
And I will now know to do the necrotic differently. So the necrotic is 8, and the unarmed is 4 plus 3, so 7.
Okay.
Or, yeah, 7.
Yep.
So
Okay, it's still up. So as you launch a flurry of attacks into this creature, slash! You can see the lightning reverberate off its thick and kind of thick and spongy skin. It kind of gives, and the lightning disperses across its form. And then you go in and you do a flurry of blows. You stun the creature on the dagger attack, and then go in with a flurry of blows. It is still up, but it is looking quite hurt. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Please.
6. That fails.
Yes, it does.
Me as well.
Yep.
Whenever that happens.
So roll your 2d6 cold damage.
A whole 3.
Have to 1.
But it has disadvantage on the next attack, or
Next weapon, which it does qualify.
Right.
Its
Yeah.
claws do qualify.
so it has
Glorious.
disadvantage on its next turn.
All right.
That's right.
11. So roll your 2d6, Gilly.
All right. 6.
Alrighty. So 3. It's still up.
I see them frostbite. I'm gonna frostbite too. You just show up your new cantrip.
That's right.
It fails. 6.
2.
Oh my god.
1.
What?
He did. Yeah, it was great.
So it's stunned on its turn. So, Justice. It's top of your turn. You can either choose to look away and get disadvantage on your attack rolls, which will then become straight rolls.
I am.
Okay.
I
So you
figure
can
like
feel this kind of pull of death, and you take 5 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
You had temp, so.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna. So I'm gonna make straight rolls on it now.
Yeah.
All right. First attack is a. Oh, actually, is a 16.
That'll hit.
Versus AC. Cool. Stunning strike.
Stunning strike. That's it.
Stunning strike.
6. It fails. That's like the third 6.
All right. So let me roll my first attack really quick.
I have a quick question. Is it thick skin or dummy thick skin?
Yeah.
It's both.
Alright.
So that's
You would have heard
Asking
it from a
the-
mile away.
That's 15 points of damage.
Questions
It
that
does
matter.
mean everything.
It matters.
The real
It counts for
question.
a spell.
So I will.
Right.
I'm looking away, and I'm just gonna like slash its throat really quick with the dagger.
You can see this kind of gross, black light. You know, what do you call it? Glows at night kind of ichor seep out of its neck. And it falls over.
I believe the coast is clear. Is there anything of value that we can take from this creature?
No.
Like harvest. I'm gonna pull a. What was his dried dickers? I'm gonna harvest his organs for meat.
We should try to burn the body.
I agree.
Okay.
I'm gonna step away from it and just.
How many more did you think were here?
Thousands? About a mile underneath.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I wish. I was just thinking back when it was a fort and there was gunpowder. Like, man, I wish we could just like blow up the mouth, the entry.
1 barrel.
Darn.
Yeah.
Control flames doesn't allow me to
I
start flame.
I
right?
got this. Unless there's anything else you want to harvest from this creature.
I feel befouled by its presence.
Alright, I will pull out my sword and light it up and stick it in there
With your sword,
to try to light it.
you're like, that doesn't catch. It's resistant to fire.
Oh God!
Alright.
Yeah, you can see it kind of char the flesh a little bit, but it's resistant to fire.
Really?
That smells terrible.
Yep.
You just get rid of this. I'm gonna go over here. Away from this horrid smell. I'm not touching that thing.
Should we blow it up with a fireball?
So that's really the only destructive power I have currently, to take out the side of this thing and cause a cave in.
Okay.
The only problem that I see is if we don't do it right.
It'll alert everything within the cave.
I'm
You
not
don't
worried
want-
about alerting everything in the cave. if we just create a giant ramp.
Right.
It's more accessible.
It's an escalator.
This is actually quite nice.
Oh my
Stop
god,
this.
thank God, these sheer
There's
walls are
people to
making
feed
it
on
hard.
and everything. This
They
is
were
just
so
great
thoughtful.
thing.
Actually, it
know
creates
what
like
I
a
mean?
double ramp somehow. It just spills directly down. It goes up and then directly down into Stilltower.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Like people-
if we're not willing to kill all of these things now, like I don't know that I feel comfortable. I don't have enough structural engineering to.
Yeah. If only Val were here. But here we are.
So.
I mean, if the pit is only expelling them at a rate of 1 per day or 2.
Unless more are coming.
I mean, I don't know if there's anything we can do here.
The only thing I can think of is if you were to just the two of you cast every fireball you could muster, just in sequence.
How big is the hole?
I'd say 100 foot side to side.
Yeah, I
50.
don't know how much that's... If
That's-
that'll even be enough.
Right, and that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, if we had 3 of us doing fireball at a time, that could be possible, but
I mean,
without
based on the radius of the circumference.
Just doing math.
Right.
but
You'd have
Yeah.
to place your fireballs.
No, I
And then you
mean,
need X number of fireballs to cover that.
right.
Well,
I mean more like to shake loose the structure to topple it in. If you sequentially kind of chip away at weak points, maybe it could topple in on itself. But I mean, I don't know where to aim them.
I have the ability to move Earth, just not right now.
Be useful.
I
It's
know.
Potholes are difficult to fix.
Yep.
So we
Draw
know
a
it's
big
here.
dick around it. And then Kragmandu will come and fix it.
Like graffiti.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how like people get the city to deal with problems.
Right.
While they're discussing like strategically like how can we collapse this, I'm gonna see if I can't get any of this thing's grossness like in a vial.
Sure. Go ahead and roll survival.
I'm really good at this. I'm gonna roll my green dice actually. That is an 18.
You go ahead and write down Bodak Icker.
Oh.
Of course, that's what
Thanks,
I thought
Dwarf
it was.
Cricket.
That is what I thought it was. I don't want a pit full of Bodak. No. No.
I'm gonna put it right next
No.
to my
No thanks.
my Barrow's poison, which I haven't
I'm
used
glad I
yet.
did not run it.
I'm excited to use it at some
Trying to
point.
confirm
Barra?
my fears.
Yeah, I have something.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what it does.
Again.
Wow. You also should have 3 vials of int poison. I don't know if you ever use those.
I don't even know if I got that. Oh, I was having
Pretty
sinking issues. Yeah, 3 vials. I'm gonna use all this stuff right away. You know what happens if you mix them all up?
Oh God.
Drink them and find out.
I love it, Matt. I love it. Okay.
So
Don't you also have a potion of not healing?
Oh yes, I do. I'm waiting for that one.
You don't know that's a potion. What that does, right? Or...
No, I bought
Oh,
a
the one
potion.
that you
The
bought.
potion of poison. Yeah.
That's right.
Here we go. Heal up.
What do y'all wish to do?
probably just go to Kragmandu at this point.
Yeah. Head out.
Thoughts and
We should
prayers into the hole.
We should tell Arky that just like
killed
damage control. Be really careful. Damage control. There's a lot of them in there.
Perhaps.
Go
They
for
need.
it.
They need
Don't
to
fall
know.
into the pit.
Right. They
Don't
need to
fall
know.
into the pit. That's good advice. I think he's got that one.
They need to know what they're dealing with.
My hope was that you guys used the teleportation circle from the mansion instead of going to Stilltower.
So that we teleport into this mansion,
Yep.
which is not a mansion anymore,
Yep.
that had crumbled in upon itself, and
Yeah.
then we were gonna have to find some kind of
Mile
way
down
to
into
get
the
out.
ground.
That seems.
I don't think I wrote that one
seems
down.
Like
You did write
I mean-
that one down.
Did I?
we've done some stupid things, but I don't think we would have done something that stupid.
I wouldn't put it
Watch the
past
tape.
us.
Roll
I
back the
wouldn't put it past
Yeah.
us.
I mean,
You didn't shower everyone your journal.
I'm looking at it right now.
I
but-
could. I need to. I'll be back. I need to go to the bathroom. So you can go.
Okay,
and-
so show the world
Nice.
your journal, your Sibelius
I
journal.
will. Give me a sec. I have to write down Death Pit Mansion.
Death Pit Mansion. That's right.
Turn
Write
down
down Death Pit
We're all gonna
Mansion.
die.
that creepy music for a second.
So I have a Sibelius journal now. It has all my notes in it. It's nice leather bound. It has a Boyd crystal on the cover.
Nice.
Keep all my notes in here. And then I draw out my teleportation. They can't really see that. I draw out my teleportation
Sit in the
circle.
DM's chair for now. Show
I
them,
don't wanna
show
see a
them
screen.
the things.
See? Draw my. I don't know if that's showing on the screen. It's really
Just
hard
sit
to
in
see.
the. You'll be
I
able
don't
to
want to see
see.
his notes.
Make this.
Oh no, he saw everything. He just dies.
Beautiful. Teleportation circle.
There we go.
Oh,
Making
goodness
that
gracious.
harder on yourself than you needed to.
It's fine.
Welcome to my life.
You guys are related. Hey, it didn't crash that time.
I've got my list of allies here with the
Who's
hags on it.
related?
Who's related?
Oh, like in terms of the fact that like you have partners that make things harder than you.
Oh,
need
you
to
and
be.
I can be related. That's acceptable.
There we go. I was like,
Rob and
what?
I being related. This is weird.
I mean, related in a sense in about a handful of
You know,
months.
we're all related in the grand
Yes.
scheme of things. You know?
But not like,
But are we?
I don't know. That's weird territory. Anyways, so yeah.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
Do you
Yes.
want to take 10 minutes to send another moth to Arky?
Was there any creatures as we approached this thing?
Yeah, you can probably find a wildlife. You're in the wild.
I bet.
Find
Okay,
a
it's
wildlife.
so the pit isn't giving off a thing that's like anti-wildlife. Everything hates it.
It is, but you could just walk away from it.
Okay.
I love how easily you're like it is. It's giving off.
Just so nonchalantly. Oh yeah, it
Just
is.
ignore
it's
the
just a
problem,
death
whatever.
Pit. That's fine.
I'll be fine.
It seems to be growing 10 miles. You can see like veins growing out of the
Death
ground.
all around you.
Seriously, we don't see that though, do we?
I mean, the area looks a little blighted, but nothing like it used to be.
Okay.
Are you okay there, buddy?
Yes.
Your mouth leaking?
All right.
I think you just got him.
Okay.
It's looking a little
That's
blighted.
right.
This is so
This is
bad.
like all the signs point to don't leave this alone.
I
wouldn't
know.
say that, but-
Oh
We have
my
to save the
God.
world. We're on a time crunch. Urky's got this.
I will go
Urky's
find a
got
poor
this.
creature to
One
send him another
paladin.
message.
He's
Because
got-
this isn't our MO at all, and we shouldn't be
Actually-
avoiding this.
I do have if we're all sitting around talking, I do have one recommendation. Sovelius, you might have inadvertently sparked this idea in me. We do know another paladin and someone who knows how to do controlled demolitions. We could send a message before we leave.
That's a
Perhaps
really good idea.
he and Urky could come during daylight and deal with the situation while we were gone.
That's a really good idea. I'll use sending for that because obviously we can't use an animal to get that distance.
Yeah, it is
It's a
That's
quite a
what's
bit of a
happening.
distance out
That's right.
to Full Mountain
That's right.
Hall, but maybe Francis and Val
So-
will be able to help somehow.
Perfect. Okay.
Even if it's not right away, maybe in a couple days.
Right.
So I'll send an animal messenger to Urky that says, we killed the one that was out, there's thousands more, don't go in the pit, we're sending friends.
So you find this kind of patchy and grumpy-looking owl, and it's just like, woo!
We're gonna have an entire menagerie of animals that fucking hate us.
or get killed to send messages.
Flies away.
Harold from Harry Potter.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my!
Yep, that happened.
I think something might be wrong with that owl.
Perhaps we
Okay.
should make our way on to
Should I use
Kragmandu.
sending to Francis or to his sister? Vera?
Sister.
His sister.
Because, yeah, that seems, yeah. Okay.
Just make sure she knows to bring Francis.
Yeah.
And
1 second. Thank you, Asimwa, for 200 bits!
Thank
Woo, woo, woo!
I can't heart hands anymore.
what is this?
How am I?
So the only problem with this plan of then they know where we were.
Who they?
We're Francis and our friend.
Francis and Vera.
Well, Vera can keep quiet better, I think.
I think the issue's more with France.
That's my point. Whoa, wow, that was a voice. That's my point.
That's
though.
my point. As the whole fucking party descends into Sibelius's liberal money. Yeah. What you don't think about that, Mr. Horn? You now? We are joined by the alligator that live under my porch.
Train.
Welch?
And chili pepper.
Time for you to fight the biscuit.
Get on out of here, you biscuit.
So,
Okay.
when you cast Selena de Vera, what would you like to say?
Cast Selena to Vera.
Oh, send it well.
Yep.
Just
Be
lift
gone,
it away.
thought.
I'll
We're
say-
doing great.
I will say. Hi, Vera. It's Gilly.
Count it out for me, guys. I forgot to send out the Twitter post tonight.
Is that 5?
That's
That's
four.
5.
I
No.
don't think. Yeah.
So I said, hi, Vera, it's Gilly. We're need you and Francis to blow stuff up. Please see Erky Timbers in Stilltower ASAP. Keep this quiet, please. Thanks.
So, come to Stilltower to blow something up. Keep this quiet, please. Yeah? Alright.
And to see Erky Timbers, yeah.
Yep. You cast it out. You hear a reply. What? What? Oh, okay. Erky Timber, Stilltower. I'll bring Francis. Got it. As long as I get to blow something up.
That's why I led with that.
Whet the appetite.
Gilly understands people.
It's like a little appetizer. Just
Yeah. Come blow stuff up. Okay.
We're
So-
not sleeping here.
No, of course not.
No,
Perhaps
we should.
So between that and what Erky knows that you've told him now, they should be able to figure enough out. Hopefully.
So I say we travel just outside of Kragmandu. We sleep for a couple hours. I can sleep tomorrow, and we go find my contact and get out of Kragmandu tomorrow.
I mean, by
Indeed.
the time we hit Kragmandu, I think it'll be tomorrow. We may be able to find her contact in the morning. At
Is
least
it
get on a
only-
ship and take a rest.
It's only what, 10 now? Ish.
Yeah, I would say 10.
So that only puts us at 6 in the morning. I'm not knocking on any doors at 6 in the morning. So, if we rest outside of town for an hour, get a short rest, come out of it.
Perfect. That's probably fine.
Are we able to get like a cart or something? Maybe like you could just sleep in the back.
I think we are far outside of town.
I think expeditious movement
That's
is
true,
probably
right, okay.
better than
All right. Well,
a cart that makes noise.
Yes,
Time's
and
wasted.
do
we
whatever.
do have 1
Let's do
hour
the thing.
of my pass without a trace, so we could
Left. Perfect.
let us move on.
Whatever the remainder of that hour, yeah.
So you guys are going to expediently move to Kragmandu and risk exhaustion. Is that the idea? Did I hear that correctly?
Indeed.
Alright.
Yes, so.
If I can give
And-
anybody their 4 hours of needed rest or whatever by being a warhorse again, I can do that.
Oh, I can summon a horse.
Oh, hey. You know what? So can I. You can just chill, I think.
We could just both ride them. And
Yeah,
then we can alternate.
yeah.
Can I sleep on the back of a horse?
I don't think so. I don't know much about horse riding, but I don't think you can sleep. You can take a power nap.
If we want to do this, I have a patch that's a riding horse.
Yeah, I have my phantom steed I can summon was
You
original.
do. You took that a long time ago. Thank you, Asimov, for another 100 bits.
gosh.
Woo, 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 woo.
Right, a
Ew,
paladin.
oh my gosh.
He's gonna get to the top of those charts, those leaderboards.
Save,
is
yeah,
already.
save a horse ride at Paladin. Yes. yes, Daddy.
Alright.
Cool.
So I'll summon my. Just give me 11 minutes.
I just tear off a
Some of
patch
my-
from the robe of useful items, and I have a horse.
All right.
Powering up on the back of the horse.
Hi, horse. We need to name this horse. I'm going to name it Winifred. Winnie for short.
Winnie. It likes hands.
I thought you were gonna name it. I thought you were gonna name it Patches.
The horse
That
that
would've
eats
been
hands.
Oh, Patches, that's
Yes,
better.
it has
Naming
to
it
be
Patches. Naming it Patches.
Okay.
So can I approach Patches and try not to lose my hands?
It's not named Winnie. It doesn't have a hunger for hands.
That's right. It's named Patches.
Has a hunger for souls.
Oh, no.
Patches.
So this, yeah, it should just be a horse that gets conjured. So it's like it's not like a magical horse. It's a horse. I mean, it's made from magic, but it's just a straight up horse now.
Yep.
What? How fucked up is this horse's life? It's just like, I'm here.
And now I exist.
God.
I
you
didn't
can approach
exist
the horse.
before, but I
Okay.
It
exist.
doesn't mind you.
I would approach the horse and try to ride it
Okay.
like you do.
Like you do.
You can roll animal handling, but it's a riding horse that's made to be ridden.
Perfect. Then, I mean, if it's that easy, I'm okay with that.
It
this
is.
off now.
I'm out.
And
Using my
then
riding horse.
and then I would guess that one of them could probably ride with me if it's a regular horse.
Two. Yep. It's a large creature. You
Then
can fit
usually
two
if you have someone that you're riding pillion with, you can, that's how a lot of people will fast travel, is they'll do 2 people horse, one sleeps while the other one steers.
Yeah, then you can kind of sleep on the back of horses. You guys
Okay.
ride at a decent pace. Yeah.
And I will ride on the back of Civilius.
This is horse.
Oh, that's right.
I cannot become a horse.
Becoming a phantom steed.
I drew
Okay.
it. So I draw a little
How
rune
does
on the
that
ground.
So I would
And,
reach down
summon
and
my
hand you
horse?
Gilly if you wanted to ride with me.
It is a large white stallion with a blonde flowing mane. This is a Thunderfire experience.
Thunderfire experience?
Jesus.
Yep.
Matt is just like my narrative.
And it just
Thing.
swishes its mane around.
I'm the most beautiful horse in all the land.
There it is. Yep. This is bringing me back to your paladin.
Rainbow drag.
Climb aboard.
Okay.
We have
So-
horses.
Mine disappears in an hour, so I'm gonna have to resummon it.
Every hour
I
taking.
believe though it lasts as long as you ride it, and then if you've rode it for more than an hour, it disappears. Or maybe I'm confusing that with Skyrim.
For the duration, you or a creature you choose can ride the steed. The creature uses the statistics. A riding horse accepted has a speed of 100 feet and can travel 10 miles in an hour or 13 miles at a fast pace. When the spell ends, the steed gradually fades, giving the rider 1 minute to dismount.
There it is. I was confusing it with Skyrim.
I can also dismiss it, or if it takes any damage, it dismisses.
The important thing here is that in Skyrim, whenever you summon a conjured steed, you can ride it, and even though the spell expires, you can keep riding it.
That's right.
And that's
No.
in Skyrim.
That's right.
Correct.
Yep.
That's the important thing.
You can.
But I mean, I
My meme today actually is quite relevant then.
What's the range, the max
This
range
is-
you have on Animal Messenger? Would you be able to send this horse back from Kragmandu to Stilltower after we get back?
Yes.
Perfect.
Give me a second.
Then Urki can have a horse. Because this horse is gonna live.
We did kill his badger.
Yeah, so like now
We
Urki can have a
did.
horse.
We
He's a
did.
paladin who needs a horse.
I mean,
guys did.
so we should just take the horse with us on the boat. I mean,
Oh
No.
my god.
No.
I mean, how hard can it be to sneak a horse?
I meant
through
we're
Kragmandu?
talking as we're walking. I'm sure. On these horses.
All right, so as you guys depart from Kragmandu on horseback, riding at a gingerly pace or an expedient pace, whichever it may be, for the first hour, not really capable of stealthing on horses, I don't believe, not at that pace. So, and you gallop into the night. You're bit by bit, you will get there. It takes you some time, even on horseback. The phantom horse doesn't have to stop, but the real horse does.
Yeah.
Based on your resources and your level, it's not really. It is a tiring journey, but you are able to sleep enough to stave off exhaustion. I would say, based on a number of factors, I don't think we go into long rest territory, but you're able to stave off exhaustion at the very least.
Okay.
You get eventually into Kragmandu, I would say around 6 a.m., and you see the city of gnomes that is on the more than 4 crags, but what are known as the 4 crags. These kind of shallow mountainous-like structures of that is home to the largest city of gnome kind in the country. It is still dark out because it is 6 a.m. in winter. What do you wish to do?
So
Before we get into the city.
we probably want to dismount, send the horse back to Oki, and
That's right.
try to sneak our way in as best we can.
Perhaps we
Maybe-
should disguise ourselves.
We could take this opportunity to tell them that they should to tell Arky that they should expect Vera and Francis, and that they should be able to help collapse the tunnel. She knows explosives.
You should use the horse as an animal messenger.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I didn't catch
It's okay. It's okay.
Only if it talks like Mr. Ed.
It will sound like Selena.
Talk like
uses,
Mr. Ed.
It uses Selena's voice.
You're talking
Oh my
for no reason.
gosh. We must go deeper.
All right.
So yeah, if I need to cast it at a higher level and spend extra time, I can. Otherwise, 25 miles. If that'll get it back over 24
Oh, yeah.
hours.
All right. So you cast Animal Messenger. What do you say? The horse says,
God.
What kind of message do you need to send?
The horse.
Oh my
I can do this all day.
I've only existed for 8 hours. Existence is pain.
How is it that you just constantly like random animals and it's the most entertaining thing?
This
What
way
is
doesn't work behind the desk.
I'm a manager. After all.
It's true, we have nothing to do.
No!
Oh my god.
Killing us, man.
I'm trying to figure out how to put in. This is the last one, I swear.
Wow. Wow.
We named him Patches.
Yep. Patches.
Patches needs a home. Vera and Francis are coming to help. Last message for a while. Thank you for everything.
All
I'm
right.
gonna tell them that Vera knows explosives.
She will
Collapse
tell
them.
everyone.
Yeah,
She's like
she'll
vegans
figure
for
it out.
explosives.
She's like vegan for explosives.
So you see Patches go, okay, I gotta deliver your message now. And he rides
Oh
off
my
in the
God.
opposite direction.
The wrong
Yeah,
direction.
it goes in the wrong direction. You see it kind of start to
Nurse
stop
is
and gallop
speeding
and turn
horse.
around and then cut back around and go up north.
Amazing.
The horse is
Goodbye!
I need a message to say goodbye.
Goodbye!
The horse is gonna get eaten by a Bodak.
It does have to passport Platino.
Oh no!
It
cut,
does.
cut to the swamp of sorrow. You should have named
No!
it
Stop! No!
Oh, he's rolling dice. Oh no!
I did not name this horse Artax. Don't you dare, Matthew.
You can do it.
Avoid the.
I didn't do it. The dice did it.
No!
I rolled. We'll right now.
That horse had 16 hours.
Well, I make see when my players look at me like this, I just want to do it. More.
Yeah, exactly. Matt enjoys suffering.
Correct. I feed off of it, much like a Bodak.
Feeds off
Matt
the
is a
blood.
Bodak.
Feeds off the blood of our tax.
Bodak.
Okay.
So are we doing
Living
anything
in our
else
walls,
in town?
living off
I
our
think
sorrows.
that we should disguise ourselves and then attempt to find your contact.
Good with me.
And
Work your magic.
I am reminding
not
you
actual
guys
magic.
all of the phrase needed.
Please do.
Because you have the information in the contact. You wrote it down.
Rosebud.
Yeah, it's just Rosebud.
Please hold.
Please hold.
Look
God
at your
damn
little
it.
journal. You're so cute.
Oh, I think I have it now.
Damn. ready?
Yes.
I am weary, and in my travels, I have suffered grievous injury and seen many of my friends fall.
Yep. That's them.
And this is
And
the part about
if-
gifts.
We have many gifts.
And I have many gifts.
You're welcome to add that at
Rosebud.
the end. But you should also hear back. We have hands that can help you. If you do not hear that, they are not part of the friends.
So that I need to add in.
So
That is the return.
I am weary, and in my travels I have suffered grievous injuries.
Injury.
Injury.
Mm-hmm.
And
Seen many of my friends fall.
Mm-hmm.
And in return, you should hear. He's writing. Give me a second.
okay.
We have hands that can help you.
Feed them to horses.
Well, I mean,
Hey, Matt.
Mhm.
Is there an actual year? Are we in a year right now?
The year is 1393.
because we went back to 1193, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And the country was founded in the year 1194.
Perfect.
You're coming up on the bicentennial.
I just put down what's on Patch's gravestone.
Oh, goodness. So, who are we looking for? You
We
took that
we
out.
now and forever will have a Laura Sam dynamic. Thank you for that.
Oh, because Sam always hated the animals that Laura
Yes,
was,
correct. And now I'm going to murder you with my eyes.
So, the notes that I had is that there was a contact in Kragmandu. We need to head to Fallout Shortfall Docks and go to the local haberdashery. There we will speak the phrase, and there is a gnome innkeeper whom we will provide that phrase to.
I do laugh, for I do enjoy hats.
I will use alter self to make myself look like not broken, but another human. Human female. Dark hair. Okay. I'm ready.
I will look like a respectable commoner in the armor, and I will look like a gnome.
Alrighty.
I would look like Civilius Mustache.
Alright.
Can we
No.
disguise you?
Time to work my magic. I try to.
Just don't make me a common.
Inspiration,
Thank you.
justice.
And I can't. Why was I rolling with advantage? There was no reason to roll with
You
advantage
can't.
unless
You
somebody was
shouldn't
helping
be.
me.
Yeah, no.
That would be unaided, but I'm going to probably do that anyway. That is a. Ooh, I don't think I need to use that. 27.
Wake up. Grab a brush and put on a little
Alright.
makeup. That's my inspiration.
I'll make.
And then I will just.
I can help you too.
Sure. I will take it.
Again, wake up. Grab a brush, put on a
I'm
little
going to
makeup.
use inspiration. Oh, nice. That's even better. That is a 30. Because I rolled a 9.
Right, you're disguised.
Actually, no. I rolled a D10 again. That's a D8 inspiration. Sorry, that's a 25. Still, or 24.
Got it in my
24.
notes on D&D Beyond. Please sponsor us.
I'm not sorry.
They've only sponsored one stream, who have a few more viewers than we do.
No.
All right, so you guys make your way to the docks of Kragmandu, which are actually not in Shortfall. I misspoke last time. Well, because I didn't have my notes in front of me. They are in the area that is known as, which I now forgotten again, Back to the Bay, Shortfall. What are you called? I forgot it. Anyway, it's in the dock ward of. It's in the dock section of Kragmandu. You make your way to the local haberdashery.
Literally
is-
what it's called.
It's literally the inn. You guys are looking for around. You're like, there's more than one inn in the docks area. You guys remember the one time you went there? You guys went to like the Winking Method or something like that. But you're scanning. You're like, oh, it's
The
that
local
one.
haberdashery.
Yep. And you can see next to it, it's a beautiful inn that that juts out and has that juts out into the water and sits on kind of its own dock. On a couple either side of it, you can see they're roped off, are its own docks that have a very number of ships. You see a kind of beautiful, state-of-the-art, gorgeous metal water elemental ship that goes around. You see a nice, really nice, kind of a longboat that looks to be the finest make and has beautiful finished wood. And then you see
The one we'll be taking.
Here we go.
I
And
did
he
hope
can
we're on one of
keep a
those
straight face 2
delightful
ships out.
sailable
right.
ships.
That's right.
Now you know it's gonna be good.
Is this a giant
Hit me
rowboat
with it. Hit me with it.
with holes in it?
Tell me it's a sentient tugboat, or I'm going to leave.
a boat that's seen its better days.
A boat.
Maybe
It's
it
a wrap.
floats. It's a pontoon,
It
glorified.
is of unusual make. It seems to be mostly wood with a few iron and metal patches kind of slapped on here and there.
Yes.
It is a kind of tugboat, keelboat, you know, kind of almost Heroes-esque, and has all sorts of barnacles and water stains and awful wear and tear at the bottom. It does float, which is a plus. And on the side of it, just says the Fry Cook. It has
Full circle?
yeah, it has this kind of on the top of it on where you would steer and navigate. It has this kind of intricate looking wheel in place of your standard kind of captain's wheel. Yeah, that is those are the kind of different ships you see.
Perfect. When we go into the haberdashery, what do we see?
The local haberdashery is a modest inn. What beyond sight, what you see, what you witness, what you experience first is the smell of hot burning grease. A pleasant smell to some people, depending on your preferences, and you can hear the sizzle of cooking happening in the distance. Sight-wise, you see what is mostly a
It's already in my hair.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
what is
very
mostly a white
unpleasant.
and
I can feel
light
it on
blue
my skin.
has white colors and not turquoise, but like light, like almost baby blue. It's got a few 70s kind of style green cloth carpets, and it has paintings and shadow box photographs that have seen too many years. You do see a number of patrons, sailors, and seafarers on all the like, and you see at least 2 people working. Gnomes, almost all gnomes.
Is there a place where we could sit, have breakfast?
Yeah, you guys can find a seat.
Also, quick thing. Would we have been able to have... I would like to restock on my purple gnomish coffee, maybe on the way here or something. Would I have been able to do that?
You could get a cup of it.
Oh, I can't get a bag of grounds.
It's 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I would say, sure.
Okay. Should I mark off like a silver or something?
10 gold.
You kick down the guy's door at 5 in
I'm sleeping.
Stab him to death for a bag of coffee.
Give me a coffee.
So you guys find a seat in the restaurant in the inn and order up some breakfast.
Bangers and mash.
Can I... Do you have a sense of who the owner is? If it's the cook in the back or one of the 2 people up front?
Roll insight. You get a read of the people around.
I have a feeling this face is it's a bit of foreshadowing on what boat we might take, fortunately.
Or you think it's going to be the water elemental?
We've already been warned it's not the water elemental, and I don't see shit. That's a 3 on the dice. It's a 7.
You look around, you see a kind of kindly gnome with pale skin and blonde hair, a feminine presenting gnome who it seems she comes by and she takes your order, talks to you very briefly. You see in the back, you can hear this kind of, what? Ah! Ah! And there's a gnome in the back who's cooking who seems to be hollering out orders. This is the kind of old-fashioned inn/diner. There's another... other than the cook, there is what appears to be the expediter or manager. And they are getting the food out. That is what you see. But you do hear a lot of noise from the kitchen. Kind of grumpy, elderly, surly gnome. Shouting and hollering.
Could be anybody.
When she comes back with the coffee or whatever we drink, the purple pixie coffee, purple-eyed pixie coffee.
No, purple-eyed pixie. It's not
Purple coffee.
What the coffee's called.
Purple-eyed pixie was another place. Yeah. I'll say, excuse me, who's the innkeeper here at the local haberdasher?
She's like, well, we don't really have we have an innkeeper, but he mostly just cooks. We do all the work up front.
Oh,
But the owner is Mindugal.
Mindugal. And
Yep.
is that lovely young man that we hear in the back?
No, he's not lovely. He's a jerk, and he is in the back, and he is cooking. Yes.
Understood.
Mindugal Barbtongue.
It's foreshadowing if I ever saw one.
What
Did
about?
you say barred tongue or
Barb
barb?
tongue.
Okay.
No, whenever he has a minute, I think we have like to speak with him if that's possible.
I would also like to place my order.
Oh, what would you like to order?
I would like a fresh cup of fruit with some delightful elven almond bread.
All right. Let me go get you some fresh fruit, and she will cook it. She takes the rest of your guys' orders. She brings you back a plate of fruit
And bread.
and bread.
Bread with almonds, just
Dashed into it.
and you see a few almonds on the side. She's like, here you go.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
I'll go take your request to him. She marches off. You hear after a few moments, Who? Who are they? What? People want to see me? Tell them to come back later. She comes back. Well, I don't know.
We heard.
Yeah.
Do you know what would be a good time?
Never?
I'll just use message real quick, and I'll send it to him, and I'll say the actual passphrase.
The night is dark and full of terror.
Yes, that's what I say. The night is
Look
dark
to
and
your
full of
sins,
terror.
Lord Renly.
I'll say, I am wary, and in my travels, I have suffered grievous injury and seen many of my friends fall.
So glad I taught this to you.
I wrote it down just in case, but I knew it before.
So there's a brief moment, and then a reply of, I suppose I can fucking help you with that. Marches out.
I mean, he didn't say quite what you told me to expect, but
They're all cantankerous.
but the phrase itself he recognized.
Be
So.
glad you met Brom first.
Well, yeah, sure.
So there's this portly old gnome who marches out. You can see his tattered and worn, greased up, what used to be probably the color white is now a stained yellow apron, and he has a chef's hat that is of the same color of yellow and is kind of flopped to the side and hangs down off of the top of his head. He has a big bushy white beard, much like the Duke had more of a narrow one, but he has a big bushy white beard, and even that towards the end is stained in yellow. He has bits of food all throughout it. His hair is underneath the chef's hat. He has spectacles that he peers over. He waddles out. And he has a spatula.
Is that a tall chef's hat?
It's not decently tall.
Yeah.
He has a frying pan in one hand and a spatula or something in the other.
Does he put him down?
No, he doesn't. He just waddles
Just
up.
coming up.
Oh, which one of you sent that?
That would be me.
You're with my friends?
Indeed.
Yes.
Oh, indeed.
Come on.
Thank you.
I'll give you a tour of the place. Oh, thank you for... And he's just like speaking loudly so the other patrons take notice. Oh, yes, people come from all around, and you're very famous critics. And he wanders into the back of the kitchen.
I'll make a show of it too.
Oh God.
You can
This
see,
is the freshest fruit I have seen.
you can see he takes the pan and the spatula and chucks them towards the cooking line, and they float and continue on. He washes his hands very briefly, and
At least we have that going for us.
washes his hands very briefly, rubs through his beard. Come on! He opens up the what is essentially a deep freezer. Go! In.
Oh no. Okay, I'll walk in.
Yeah.
If they're hesitant, I'll walk first. That's
Mhm.
fine.
Oh, I'm good. This seems fine to me.
Did they respond with the, we're going to get locked in a freezer?
We
No,
can't
it's
get locked
fine.
in a freezer. We'll be fine.
He waddles in after and shuts the door with you. He pushes back a couple of the meats that are hanging. A gnome-sized door opens up. He's like, we only got one size.
That's okay.
Perfect for me.
Scoots on in, and you guys crawl into the inn.
Yep.
And,
This is quite cozy.
this is not like a secondary inn so much as it's just like a meeting room. He sits down. He's like,
So whatever disguise I have on, if it's not like permanent etched, I will take it down. So I'm just Selena.
Yes,
Yep.
you know.
That's
found
right.
you.
And I'll extend a hand.
that's a mine Dougal. Nice to meet you.
Selena, Alec, well.
I dropped mine too.
Oh, disguises all around.
Yeah, we had to come through town a little quietly. We're
Yes.
hoping to leave town even quieter.
How can these hands help you?
There it is.
Brom suggested that you might be able to help us with boat and papers to Halfgar.
Halfgar. Boats and papers. I suppose that's not entirely out of my realm of expertise. Well, I need my good boat for fishing.
Of course.
Need my other good boat for passengers. Ferries. Makes a lot of money.
I mean, we are passengers.
I need my third best boat for tours. But I got my other boat,
Does it float?
most of the time.
Can you teach us how to keep it floating when it
I can
decides
help.
not to float?
I got that covered.
Oh, you a sailor?
No, but I know some magics that can keep water out of it.
Alright, you got magics.
The hut. Just flip it upside down.
If you need any help with the forging of the documents, I'm quite good at that.
I got it covered.
Oh, excellent.
Is there anything we can do for you while we're in town?
No, nothing you need to do for me. This is all part of the friends. I could probably get you some papers pretty quickly now. If you come back perhaps 19 days, the blood moon.
God.
Yep.
You gotta update that.
It's just Halfgar now, so you're going all the way to Mistwatch. It's me.
Okay, never mind.
You're just going to Mistwatch and to get
There in Halfgar, we have all the other papers we need past that.
To get us into Druska, yes.
all right. So that's Mistwatch. That shouldn't be too hard. Halfgar, the Minotaurs and the like aren't too picky. Just get you some basic information. You're looking for false identities. That's
Yes.
easy. I can do that.
Perfect.
But yeah, the fry cook will be ready for you. I can even give you a captain and one or two crew.
That would be great. Boats are not our forte.
No,
We can help, we can learn. But
Yeah, you don't think you guys have much salt in you.
No, not as such.
No. So, check back in 4 of you. False identities to Halfgar. Check back in 6 hours.
okay.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll come back for lunch.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah.
If I were to enhance his ability, would that help?
Nope.
I appreciate it. I know I've done my fair share for the friends, but it's always appreciated to have that return in the organization. So
Oh, we are the hands that help one another. I'm sure you've done More than your fair share in your day. Well, you're off to Halfgar. That seems all well and good. Yeah. I'll get that all settled by sunset.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I got cooking to do.
Thank you.
Waddles on out. He's like, you can use the room as long as you'd like. He waddles on out.
Use it for 6 hours.
If we've
Get
got
yourself
nowhere
some
else to
sleep.
be,
I'd
I'm
rather
okay.
not run around the town.
If there was any
Thank
shopping,
you.
But
if there's any shopping that needed to be done, I did not drop my disguise before we head out.
I think I'm good.
What
Just
shopping would we need?
I do not know. I've never been into Kragmandu. They said it is, isn't it in, like past the mountains? Like, not Kragmandu.
You mean
Droska.
Halfgar? Droska. Okay.
Droska. I just,
I think we
Do
still.
potions work over there?
They do.
Yeah.
Maybe we stock up on like more healing potions if that's a thing that we can do because
I've still got quite a bit.
right. However, if we can't cast spells of 2nd level or above,
indeed.
or above 2nd level, is it 2nd level in?
So basically 3rd and above. So
Okay.
2nd or lower.
So it's going to make it a lot harder to do a lot of things.
I'd be happy to go buy some. We have 6 hours and.
I mean, what do we have between us right now? Because I have a pretty goodly stockpile. You put any more vials in this bag, I'm gonna be clinking like full of glass.
I have 2 regular healing potions and 2 greater healing potions. Do I know if I can cast stuff at a higher, like a 2nd level spell?
Those
at a higher
slots
level?
are shut off.
Okay, got it.
So even for things like the staffs.
I am actually quite tapped.
Clutch of the Elder Gods is technically an artifact and is therefore exempt from the Iron Laws.
That is a good thing to know now. So I can still technically use Fireball out of it.
You can.
But that would raise eyebrows. All of the eyebrows.
Yeah, it's exempt from that Iron Law. You don't know if it's exempt from all the Iron Laws. Let me put it that way.
Okay. Neat.
And using it would still be traced back to where we are.
It is
right?
entirely possible.
Okay.
Good thing I went to Iron Law
So
School
that means
and got
you
my
can use
Iron Law
Cure
degree.
Wounds
my iron.
and,
I passed the Iron Bar.
Cure Wounds and Healing Word or Lesser
Restore,
Restoration, but you can't use
Up.
Greater Restoration.
Actually, I'm quite tapped in terms of my healing spells, so I
So
would gladly go buy some.
what healing potions do you have?
I have 2 basic and I have 3 greater.
I'm gonna
Oh,
hand
actually, no. I have 4 more basic healing potions if I need them. In one of my patches.
Got it. If you can spare a basic healing potion, I can give 2 greater healing potions to Justice, then we don't have to risk anyone leaving, especially by themselves.
That's fine.
If that's enough.
Sure.
Is there anything
we
else
could-
we can think of? Because we won't really have anything else offensive. That's beyond 2nd level.
Do we want to?
Like defensive or anything either. So,
What else do we want to put into the ring?
right, because Revivify. I still want to leave Revivify.
That's fine.
Can you even
It's
cast
already
through the
been
ring?
cast.
Yes.
Will that work?
Nope. You still cast the spell whenever you cast it from the ring.
The ring will not work.
So it won't work at all. Well, we don't have to deal with that before we get to Halfgar. We can leave it because
But you have 2 extra slots in the ring if you want me to put something into it.
they have. It has.
It's
So-
full. Never
yeah.
mind.
Maybe we should just do our best not to get in any confrontations and
I
Droska.
agree.
Just be really, really nice to the Voidsmith.
That always works out so well.
Neat.
I think,
Um,
oh god, getting in a fight with a Voidsmith.
Get in
Do
front
we-
with a void at the void.
She's just got 2 void daggers. It's Riddick. with
Are
void
we
daggers.
going to need to pay the Voidsmith in anything in particular?
Souls? I don't know.
God.
Corpses.
They
I'm
did,
just
not,
trying to think of anything that we need to buy while we're here.
they did not specify.
Void bucks.
Void bucks.
The exchange
I think
rate is
diamonds,
14
But your
alacrum
parts
to 1
and
void buck.
gold. That's what we've got. What we're doing.
My God.
I don't know what just happened. I don't need to
Void
know.
diamonds are worth 1,000,000 void bucks, though. So you're
Exactly,
Oh my
which is
God.
14 million alacrum.
You
you say Electra or what?
Alacrum.
The lack room. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we never sold off those Bahir parts. So we're just carrying around.
Rotting Bahir flesh. Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? I don't think there was a gentle repose on it, was there?
I don't know. I mean, I guess
We
not.
were gonna sell it for a tuning fork, but we never got that far.
Oh my god.
Yep, rotting, rotting Bahir flesh.
Would you stop making weird noises?
Stop it.
This is me fisting the bag of holding.
Great. You don't hold it
Rotting
though.
beer
It's canon.
You're not holding
You're
it though.
disgusting.
Thank you.
Canon.
It's canon.
Not as such. You're not holding the bag.
I'm just over
Nope.
there.
Nope. No, you're not. Personal
Okay, this
space.
is what we do for 6 hours in the pit in this little room.
I am so sorry. My God.
We're gonna role play in real time.
No, we're
No.
not. That's not a
That's
thing.
not a thing that's happening.
You guys are like.
Agreed.
Yeah. I'm a fourth that one.
Thank you.
It's just you and me, Matt. Yeah.
No.
Matt, can you describe the smell?
Tell me when you guys are done with this. I get more wine.
It's 9 o'clock.
Alrighty, as you guys debate what to do with your downtime, we are going to go to break. Oh,
This has been a lot of fun.
thank you. I thought so.
I'm
too.
having so much fun.
Thank you, Asimwa, for 100 bits, getting us to 1,000.
Holy
You're
crap.
the best, Asimwa. Asimwa, you have been here since like day one. You were the OG of Ghost of the Machine. He actually created the campaign, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Osus, for subscribing. I wanted to say thank you again to Welcome Party RPG for rating us last night. That was really cool.
It was so sweet of you guys.
I'm having. We still have 8 to go. Asimwa is picking up a second job to
Oh
support
my
our
gosh.
total one shot, guys. It's fine.
Thank you so much.
He's trapping. We'll be back in 15-20 minutes to see how they venture from Kragmandu with their rotting Bahir parts.
Well,
So, folks, we are back from break. It was nice.
It was.
They are behind a meat locker, a deep freezer, in a meeting room, talking. What are you guys doing?
I think I'm gonna take a long rest.
There you go.
Okay.
I will meditate for 4 hours.
All right. So you guys are declaring a long rest.
Indeed.
All right. You successfully are able to complete a long rest.
Perfect.
During that long-
Before I take a long rest though,
Yes.
I'd like to send a message to my brother.
Okay.
Finn.
Okay.
And say, Finn, it's Gilly. Hope you're okay. Shit. I don't even know what to say to him.
You started this.
I know I did. I need to say something to him. Miss you. Head to Plastered Mare in Mercinia. Talk to Sister Eileen. Don't stay in Art Mountain Hall. There's vampires.
Yep.
Okay. You hear a reply. I am a vampire. Just kidding. I'll head to Mercinia. I didn't know there were vampires here. Oh, shit. That's the message.
He's saying this, and he's like in a dark room, just surrounded by vampires.
It cuts off on the shit.
It's one of those
Don't do this to me, folks.
That's what you hear?
Perfectly cut screens. I will, but as people are trying to go to sleep, I will just say one thing. I'll say, it seems that the vessel that we will be using to cross the ocean is in disrepair. I would suggest, and I do not know your capabilities, if you have any spells that could help expedite our trip. You seem to have control of weather and water sometimes.
So you're talking to me.
I'm talking to both of you.
Well, I can't control weather, but what I can do is, and the DM can help me clarify this, but I believe that I can probably use the hut to keep water out of the boat in case it springs a leak.
It does work that way, yes.
Okay.
So that is just my recommendation. I know that sometimes you have to prepare the spells that you're going to use for a day, and if we are going to be traveling nautically and being as expeditious as possible, maybe there are spells that could aid in that quest.
Did we see sails on that particular boat?
It does have a sail.
Okay.
It has at least one.
In it.
It's mostly intact.
I was gonna say it's mostly there.
It says sail.
It's like 60%
On a
sail.
boat.
Okay.
This is a real boat.
Yes.
This is it's
This is a real apartment.
it's a real that's exactly
Not
this is a
just
real
a
apartment.
boat.
It's not just a tugboat.
I'm just-
Floors aren't just painted dirt.
painted dirt.
That's right.
Yeah. The heels going into the dirt.
Yes, that's a wall.
All right, I'm going to say that, and then I will meditate. I'm going to plant that little seed.
Look into the mirror and I say, "Who is that old woman?"
And it's not a mirror, it's a window.
So before I go to bed, I will write 2 letters.
Okay.
An excellent.
That I will provide you hard copies of at some point.
Okay.
Oh!
On letterhead. They better be properly formatted.
Oh my god.
Or he's just gonna burn them in front of you.
Anyone knows how to properly
Cited
format the
using
letters.
MLA
I
format.
format letters for a living.
Correct.
I do not. So Ed will write 2 letters. One
I used to.
for Elric and one for my parents.
Okay.
And for now, they'll be left on my person.
Okay. You'll pick away at them. Okay. I'll reckon your parents. Okay. All right. Cool.
Hi, Civilius. Remember when we were working on that, on that news piece? You know, maybe like
Oh yeah, I remember.
a week and a half or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, something like that.
A lot has been going on and keeping us from that, but we were gonna kind of rework it a bit.
Yeah, we can definitely
We've
rework
got,
it a little
you
bit.
know, time.
As we take this extended rest.
I don't have to sleep.
She can do light activity.
Ah,
That's
can
right,
also-
same as you.
that's true.
I think I can do that while I meditate too.
Oh, you meditate for 4 hours, but then you basically have a free,
Yeah, I have
free 4
4
hours.
hours,
So
yeah.
it works out about the same.
We're all talking as you
They said this is why the meme exists.
She's-
For more, look at our Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Song of rest.
I mean, I'll use message if I need to.
No, I can sleep through you guys, remember? Just,
Fair enough.
you'll be fine.
Cast silence on that part of the room.
There's like a commotion going on over there.
We have no idea.
We're just so engrossed in the letter.
This is, I think we should.
Yeah, let's
Yeah, that's
workshop.
right.
Workshop this one a bit.
Let's kill gas.
Yeah, just over there with a reverse
A
hand.
Vorgesh out of the wall.
Yes. We're sleeping in a Vorgesh right now.
That's right. This is a game of choice. You chose wrong.
You chose to sleep.
Okay.
That's right.
You chose wrong and have been punished for it.
That's
I
right.
found the spell you wanted.
Are you gonna do the letter?
Should we work on that,
We can.
that op-ed
News
sort of
piece.
thing?
How are we gonna distribute this?
We were going to send it into the papers. We're going to get it published through... I can't remember who.
Do you
Maybe
have
my
anyone
uncle?
that works in the papers that could
It
do
was,
that?
it was either we were...
I didn't
Contact
say it on stream yet. Thank you, Asimwa, for the 1,000
Yeah.
bits.
Oh,
What?
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Sorry, I was waiting for. I didn't want to interrupt
Oh
the
my
scene. Yeah, thank you.
gosh.
Thank you,
That's
Asimwa.
amazing.
1,000 bits. That's 2,000 bits tonight. Thank you, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
Your
we're
support
at,
means everything.
we're at 30% of our goal. For
We
the
will
totals.
get there, and we greatly appreciate.
Should name one of the turtles a scene
bit.
wall.
You know what?
You know what?
That's a really good idea. We'll name the turtles the 4 highest bit
Donuts.
donators.
Yeah, so Asimwa is definitely going to be a turtle
That's
at this
right.
rate.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Immortalized in turtle form.
Cool. Alrighty.
That's what's happening.
Perfect.
I like that we decided that just
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
That's
Perfect.
exciting.
it's a good job.
That's
Let's
right.
decide other things. What do you What kind of
We're on a
mortgage do
roll.
you think I should get?
You know, Matt, I think that this is where you should take. I'm trying to remember what the worst ones are. Sorry.
Subprime.
Yeah, you want a subprime one. One of those balloon payment. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure it balloons real big.
Perfect,
That way
right.
you can just put it off and then get another balloon payment to pay that one.
Right.
And then you just do that forever.
And
60
then you
years.
just do it with payday loans because
And make sure you go to the shadiest payday loan place.
And go like a 45-year one. 30 years is for chumps.
Yeah. That's a Sally Field reference. Asimwa, don't ever challenge me again. He said I was too young to know it. That's right. So what is the
We're
letter
on
say?
as young
Getting
as we
getting
get.
back to it.
So yeah, if you have any contacts in
It's-
Bridgeton,
It's that it's not. What were we saying this was? It was like a. It was an article or a letter were we sending in? I have to look up my notes.
An opinion piece.
That's
Yeah,
right, an
it was
opinion
opinion.
piece. That's right.
You guys got okay, like a middling result.
Yeah, and we were just gonna like rework it.
Perfect.
We have more information to put into it now.
Very true.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Actually,
I mean,
it was
do we-
just the worst of times. There was no best of them.
Were we able to see a paper or anything?
You guys didn't stop by Meaningful Civilization. You did apparently dip into a coffee house.
I mean,
Yeah,
there might be a paper around
You
the
saw a
restaurant.
paper. I would say, investigating the death of Morgan is a headline. And I would say preparing for the masquerade ball. Those are the two headlines.
Is the reading of the death of Morgan? Is there anything about us, about events that
last-
transpired? Is it still like this is all under investigation?
The last we knew was at the paper in Gish that morning, and it was shadowy images or like a memory or something.
So, following up on that, I would say it makes note that you guys are nowhere to be found. You're missing. People wanting last seen with Morgan, wanting for questioning are not around to be questioned. That's what the paper says.
Anyone else seeming to be on that list? Like, is Naz on that list?
No. Good. She wasn't really seen in Morgan's presence.
That's what I. Yeah.
If we want to put something in there about how we were
Sow
thought
some
to have
seeds.
escaped to avoid the giant black dragon that appeared and went into hiding because of that
Maybe.
for our own protection.
Maybe.
Seems. I am meditating.
If they don't have a reason for us to be missing, why don't we give them one?
It seems a little bit on the nose for an opinion piece about these other things. I think that if we were going to sow a misinformation campaign, we should perhaps spread it out from different sources.
Right.
Maybe we set the foundation first, building upon what you worked on before, and then sprinkle in other details.
Right. Details like we have a separate one, sowing in doubt about Morgan and her intentions.
Exactly.
And things like that.
Putting them from different personalities.
Right.
In fact, if you need assistance, I do not mean to intrude. This was yours, but I would be happy if...
Oh yes, please.
Yeah, I'm not the best one at this subterfuge type stuff.
I will attempt to assist them, if possible. However we want to word it.
Yeah, we'll write a few different opinion pieces. We'll finish reworking the one that we had before, and maybe write a few more. If you want to take this time to attune to the headband of intellect, I can't use it.
You're pretty full up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna...
I forgot.
I mean,
you had
we
that.
have 8 hours for a long rest. Within that time, if you'd like, you
Sure.
can unattune to something.
It feels a little bit metagaming.
Well, because you have to complete a rest in order to attune.
Right.
So it'd be a short rest, reattune, not to a short rest, and
take
then it's
hours.
rest
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
I
So
mean, Justice is pretty good at this.
I'm just gonna try,
Okay.
especially if they're
Alright.
helping.
Yeah.
What kind of role would this be for the?
It is for you. It is intelligence plus proficiency.
Okay. And is it straight roll, or are they giving me kind of help or anything? Are you inspiring or anything?
It is. They are considered proficient with this, so you gain advantage.
Okay.
This is taking too long to have inspiration, right?
Nice. That's fine.
Okay.
That would have been a 23 plus 2, so 25. Roll the 19 on the dice.
Okay. 25? That sounds about right. In fact, that's exactly right. So you were able to put together a very convincing article, a very convincing opinion piece that will likely advance your cause.
Excellent. And then perhaps we can leave this with the gnome, and he can drop it in the mail.
Sure,
So we can
that works.
make sure it finds the way to the right hands.
Indeed.
Are we able to write any, like a one about Morgan? That's definitely one that we need to worry about.
I think my thought would be to space them out.
Right, but we could start writing if we have the time.
I would say that takes pretty much the whole time.
That's fair.
Perfect.
We have a whole travel on a boat to do it.
Exactly. My tears soaking it.
Yep.
Perfectly uneventful trip on a boat.
I'm
when we
thinking
have
while
no
I'm
issues
sleeping.
whatsoever.
It's called dreams.
Yep. That's what that is.
I'm
I'm
sleep.
that
I'm
is.
sleep
dreaming
thinking.
about that circle we saw on the chef boat, the fried chef.
Chef boat.
Would it
Fry cook?
hold an elemental if there was one available? Like the other bigger boats.
Yeah, it might, but binding an elemental is a secret that few know.
I can conjure them.
Oh my god.
You can. If you can pluck one from the elemental chaos, it's the binding that's the hard part.
Just set one loose
And,
on the
and
boat.
getting them to listen to
It's
you.
friendly to me for an hour and then it
Okay.
flips back.
Nope.
That could
I
ha-
don't think it flips back.
It
and
does.
And I think that you have to maintain concentration.
The summoned
on it?
creatures are friendly to you and your companions. They obey any verbal commands that you issue to them. If you don't issue any commands, they defend themselves, otherwise take no actions. The elemental summoned by the spell disappears when it drops to 0 or when the spell ends.
Ah, there you go.
It's not as bad as like summon demons.
No, it's just summon
It's like,
minor
hey, you
elementals.
summon a demon, good luck, God bless.
Is it concentration?
Yeah, but if we're on a boat, I can concentrate for an hour doing nothing on a boat.
You conjure a water elemental, yes, but the secrets in order to bind an elemental permanently to the ships is that the exact thing that raised House Lion from a secondary or tertiary house to a great house. They are closely kept secrets.
That was the Countess.
I mean, that might be beneficial if you summon in a water elemental if we need extra speed or something. Do it.
I mean,
But I mean, like, I wouldn't do it right now.
no,
The small little enclosed space that we
no,
would all
but
be
would it
around in.
temporarily help the boat move faster and be able to use that sphere?
It's entirely possible.
I mean, worst case scenario, I spend a spell slot on day 1 trying to move us a little faster. I can also conjure winds
Do it.
an hour at a time,
This is awesome.
which
So-
I can also concentrate on.
Yep.
I'm excited.
So it's if your concentration is broken, that's when the elemental doesn't disappear. Instead, you lose control of the elemental. It becomes hostile towards you and your companions. And it might attack.
That's the part I was talking
Where
about.
does it say?
Are you looking at conjure elemental?
Conjure minor and elementals,
Okay.
4th level.
Okay, conjure minor elemental.
Yeah, I think that one you have is a higher level that I don't
So you
have
can
yet.
conjure. You have access to it. You're just not looking at it. So that is like you could conjure a ice method for that.
So I have conjure elementals too. God, there are too many
Too many
druid
spells.
spells. My God.
So yeah, minor elementals I don't think they turn against you. The major fat daddy ones, they do turn against you if you lose concentration. But they don't rebel against you constantly. It's just if you take damage and lose concentration, they do turn on you because they are the pure essence of chaos.
Yeah, that's conjure elemental. I was looking at conjure minor elementals.
Yeah, that's just methods. That's minor little shits.
Okay.
Maybe you could summon one gargoyle.
I come up behind her like when she's casting, like that's my moment. I try to humor, like to surprise her, you know, like.
You surprise attacker.
So then, not to get too much in the nitty gritty, but would I know if minor elementals would help at all, or do I need like elementals?
Yeah, for this, elemental. Mephits are like shitty little elemental imps.
Okay, so even like the CR2 gargoyle wouldn't, or the Azer.
They could help defend you, but move the boat along, probably not. And Azers are made of fire.
You should burn the boat down.
Boil the water in front of us. It'll be less
That's
dense.
What we're gonna do, I'm
Right.
preparing a regular elemental and control winds.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
This cannot end poorly.
I am so excited. I'm gonna show.
This cannot end poorly at all.
Do
I
you
mean,
have
I could
anything like
conjure.
water breathing or water walking or anything just in case?
I kept water breathing.
Perfect. And what about? Do you have control water? Will that help?
I'm a good controlled fire.
We're on a boat though.
Actually, it could be really helpful if
If
we
we
catch
have fire, we're in a problem.
Yeah. So control water, I don't think is as good. Well, I still want to be able to defend myself, and if I do any more,
Boat moving stuff.
yeah.
Make it hard.
I think we have enough
You
options.
can attack things with water.
I think
Slap it with a big old wave. I mean, that's what happened in Gehenna.
So I can either move the boat by wind, or I can move the boat by water. The wind lasts an hour. The water lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah,
the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wind.
That's what I thought.
fair
Okay.
enough.
Alrighty.
You
Now
guys are-
that we've gotten my sleeping self doing
That's awesome.
things, I left commune with nature because that's been useful, and animal messenger because that's also been useful. Unless we think we don't need to send any animals.
I think that we should do your best because the only reason I say that is I want to see what kind of aquatic creature comes up for Matt, and I want to see what voice Matt uses for the
Me
aquatic
too.
creature. This is what determines what spells you take. If you're asking me.
If I had speak with animals and I could spend key points on it, I would.
Just prepare nothing but that.
Why could you speak with animals instead of animal messenger?
You could do animal friendship.
I
That's first level.
Oh, yeah.
Make friends with sharks. It's the best life.
It is the best.
Hey, you're already dressed in green. You're that much closer to being Mira. So.
Let's see. All right. Anyway, so were you guys doing anything else while I was sleeping?
No, I think that. I mean, I felt like that probably took most of the time. Working on some lettuce.
Yeah.
You guys are right. Speak with animals might be better, and that one is a ritual. So
You mean animal friendship?
Hey, Christoph Sings is online.
Hey, Chris.
It is so nice
Animal
not
friendship
needing.
is great. Lasts 24 hours.
Okay,
So nice not needing
So
to sleep.
good.
that's what we're doing. Animal friendship.
It's so good.
Perfect.
Not detect magic. Not earth tremor.
Of course not. Earth tremor.
There's just
No.
water around. You can't make an earth
Yeah, there's
tremor
no
in the
earth.
water.
Purify food and
And
drink. I
cause a
took
tsunami.
thunder wave though.
She
There
can
you
make a
go.
tsunami. Yeah, that's what she should make a tsunami.
There you go.
Destroy Kragmandu.
Great minds think alike.
Oh my god, we're gonna die, guys.
Alright.
Great.
I have the feast knife, so about that.
Oh, you do.
Selena. I need you to go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, they
This
coming.
is not good.
It's not the end of the world. 18.
You're fine. You have nightmares yet again, but you're able to sleep through them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I forgot to do before I went to bed.
Dream?
Dream to Moira. I promised her I'd be back.
Okay.
Oh no. Even if it was for 2 minutes, I promised her I would be back. Can I retcon that or
You
just
can. We
next
can
time?
flashback.
Okay.
There you go.
Yes, then before I went to sleep, I would have used one of my 5th level spell slots to reach back out to Moira. If it was... No, this is like early in the morning, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is midday.
Yeah,
she's
so
not
she's
asleep.
not.
Yeah.
But it lasts for...
But I
She would
have
have
to
to be
stay
asleep.
in the dream world for 8 hours waiting for her ass.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yes.
I thought it was you would then choose to enter the dream once.
I'm picturing
You
Selena.
stay there and hang out.
Fuck.
I'm
Yeah.
picturing Selena just
Nope, nope.
floating in the void
Never mind.
dreamscape, like just checking the tapping
Waiting for
her
her
foot.
midday nap.
She's just out
Yeah, so
partying
no
all
opportunity
night.
to dream this time around, but you do
That's fine.
get assailed by the King of Nightmares as you're trying to look into that
good.
circle and stuff like that. And but you successfully stave off his incursion.
Neat. That'll be fun. That's a thing we're gonna have to
The,
deal
the
with.
first time she fails, when she opens her eyes, they're not her own eyes.
And then, yeah, one of these times I'll have to check in with Eurysadro.
Okay.
So.
So as you guys break from your long rest, you guys feel rejuvenated. You successfully complete your long rest, and eventually the surly gnome comes back with his papers. All right. Did my job. Did my work. Got you your papers. Got you your crew. Got you your captain. It's up to you to get to Halfgar. I'm only on one condition now. Don't get my boat sank. It's my first boat. I like this boat. So, boat comes back, we're lock stock. Boat doesn't come back, you can own me.
I think that's fair.
I do have one question.
We'll
What?
definitely keep you in the...
I believe
Same
it is the fry cook that we are taking, is it not?
Yeah.
I will posit that it seems to be of advanced use, age, and wear.
Yeah, it is well worn. It is seaworthy.
Is he
One of
telling
those
me
things-
that?
That's
Is
not
he trying to get
necessarily-
one over on me?
Roll insight.
7.
He's telling the truth.
He thinks it's seaworthy. I'm not a boatsman. I'll say, okay then. If you earnestly believe that it is of seaworthiness,
I kept it on the sea for over 100 years.
I was going to say something. It's like, and it looks every day of it.
That's right.
We'll make sure to bring her back in the same condition that she left in.
We do have one request before we leave.
Another one?
It is quite simple. We have a small parcel or a small letter that we would like dropped in the mail, but we would recommend doing it surreptitiously.
Okay. I can do that.
Excellent. Yep. Hand him the letter.
Thank you. No bomb in here or nothing.
Not this one.
An information bomb.
I'll deliver it. Safe travels. Bring her back in one piece. And, may the wind be at your back and all that.
Yarr! Time to become pirates on the open seas.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
whatever disguise
am
I
going
had.
to make sure I put some rum in a flask before we go.
Okay.
And
Something that.
Beautiful.
and before we head out, after you wake up, I'll just hold up the flask, pass it around, and I'll say, "We're going on the sea now. It's time to drink up, me mateys, yo ho." 7 minutes of really terrible sea shanties.
And we're not allowed to leave because it feels so good.
That's right. 10 HP.
16?
Yes.
Oh, God, yes.
We have to listen to this the entire trip. We have a problem.
99,000.
You might have to cast silence.
Glorious.
Gotta listen to the whole speech to get that sweet, sweet temp HP.
It's right.
All right.
That's right.
And I'm going to disguise myself as somebody who looks like they would be like a human male that looks like they would be befitting being on a ship of its caliber.
Okay, go. You are going to disguise?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your disguise.
I'm sorry. Apologies. Alter self.
All right.
Oh wait, no, that only lasts an hour.
Correct.
Right? Yeah, disguise.
And then I would have him help me with the same disguise I had on yesterday.
Okay.
Or this morning.
My disguise was a 26.
Okay, right now.
All
I
right.
would give you guidance.
That's a D4.
Yes, sir.
It's better. Ooh, good. So that is a 15. That is also a 26.
Yay.
So would my disguise have worn off after long rest if I didn't like tear it off or anything?
Yeah,
So you
it's,
just
it
meditate?
doesn't. The disguises and makeup don't sleep well.
But I mean, I like meditated, so I didn't like roll around in a
Yeah.
bed with it. So
Maybe-
Doesn't sleep well.
Maybe a touch up?
I'll touch you up. Give you a amount of the vapors.
Mm-hmm.
Give you another guidance.
I'm trying to,
Oh my
like-
god, sure. So that will be a 31 for him.
It's because I already had it. So it's
That's
just
right. It was just a
better now.
touch up.
It was a touch up to the one.
That's
I'm
27
so
that I
good
had
at
before.
disguises. I can't roll, like, anytime I roll, like insight, it's like a 5. Disguise? Yeah, 19.
Well, you have expertise in disguise, don't you?
I do.
There you go.
I'm good. Alright. I'm ready.
Alrighty, guys.
I'll just look. I'll look like a halfling. I don't want to have to try to be a gnome all the whole friggin' trip.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, but I don't look like me.
Also,
So the captain and crew will be trustworthy and
We'll get to the boat and
Yeah.
away from
yeah, it's
before.
just getting
Yeah.
off land here.
One of I have like missing teeth, and one of them is silver.
Amazing.
Roll
So, you guys assemble yourself and make your way towards the Fry Cook, which is the name of your itty bitty boat. It's actually a pretty good size, but it's not I don't know what the hell you call it, but it's a tugboat, it's a keel boat, whatever you want to call it. It's that.
Yeah, going to die.
Yeah, pretty much. You meet the captain and the crew. The crew are 2 gnomes. 1 man, 1 woman. One of their names is Charlie. The other is Anna.
such innocuous names.
They're just minor NPCs. What do you want from me?
And what's
No.
the name of the captain?
The captain is a blue-skinned tiefling with piercing, well, actually more like vacuous black eyes. Gorgeous dark black hair that stretches down to the middle of his back and has 2 very prominent white horns that curl and stretch around.
That's hot.
He wears dark leathers and has
Hey.
black painted fingernails. He has a rapier on his side and a cloak of beautiful black, and it has a kind of blue snake symbol on the back of it. Pleasure to meet each and every one of you. My name is Terry.
Hello, Terry.
I will be your captain. Let's go over some ground rules. My ship, my rules. That's it. Keep yourself in line. Be respectful. Keep your hands to yourself unless asked. And we'll get along swimmingly.
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Oh boy. This is gonna be great.
Well, this should be a good journey. It's best not to tarry.
Oh, never heard that one before. So, I have enough food and supplies for 30 days. If we become shipwrecked or lost at sea, which shouldn't happen, but it's a wide and crazy world, we'll have to get creative.
I got that covered.
We've got backup plans.
If we are assailed at sea, you're the bodyguards.
Fair enough.
My
Yes, sir.
man and woman here don't fight.
That's fair.
Terry, how long would you say that it would take to get to Halfgar from here?
Well, as long as the ship keeps up. It depends. We'll see how the winds are at our backs.
If the winds are at our backs,
Ballpark it, maybe?
yes.
We're very inexperienced on the sea.
It's hard to say.
Are we talking?
come on,
Are we talking
please.
6 weeks?
make-
Or are we talking 10 days?
Look, I know I'm not going to try to hold it to you or anything, because obviously the winds are the winds, but
15 days.
okay. Thank you.
to get
We're
to Halfgar.
fucked.
Just one way?
Yes.
We're fucked.
We'll be fine.
The blood moon. The party is in 19 days.
We'll be fine, guys.
Yeah, because
Unless.
we'll be able to teleport, so go back.
Isn't magic
Not from
great
where we're
and it
going.
saves so much time 99% of the time?
Isn't what?
Isn't magic great and it saves you so much time all the time? This time we're just gonna have to suck it up for a minute.
Right.
How long would an airship get there? Do we remember?
An airship? 20 hours? Oh, it's time of the essence.
Indeed.
Very much so.
Oh.
Like we're trying to get there, like we're on a tight time schedule. We have a party. Also,
It's not a party.
This
We
is
have
19
obligations
days.
in 19 days.
Oh,
That's-
19 days. Are you going to the anniversary?
Oh,
We
we're
are.
attending an event around the anniversary, yeah.
Well, I can get you there a little quicker, but it means using some of the more experimental aspects of the ship.
Well,
a lot quicker would be
we
fantastic.
can provide wind or elementals.
Oh, that might come in handy if this one gets loose.
Yep.
We've
That'll be fun.
We've affixed the ship with a kind of prototype. We tend not to use it unless absolutely necessary. I will be commanding the ship, but if all goes well, we could get there in as little as 40 hours.
That would be wonderful.
That'd be much more great.
Anything we can do to assist?
I'll just need your help if the water elemental bound to the ship gets loose. It's cantankerous.
What if I can give
Like
you
the
a
ships
friendly
usually
one?
Can you make sure it stays forever?
No, not forever.
Afraid not. We gotta source these locally.
Locally grown water elementals.
I can try
Locally
to
grown
charm
laser
it.
binding spells.
If it gets loose, you're welcome to try to charm it.
We'll
It is mean, I tell you.
assist however we can. You just point us in the right direction.
Do we want to enhance the man's ability?
I mean, I could always charm it.
Okay.
I've got Charm Monster.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay.
So,
Between the two of us, I think we've got it.
ready to depart?
Enhance ability only lasts an hour. So.
Better not
Yes.
waste any of the daylight that we have ahead of us.
All right, all aboard, as they say. Sort yourselves out in the lower deck. The captain's room is mine, but you're welcome to make your way in the supply, and then there's the small kitchen beneath the deck, and that's all there is.
Great.
All right.
I'll pretty much just find a place that makes sense and put up the hut and allow everybody to pass freely through it. But I guess I'll just only be leaving if I really need to leave the area of the hut.
All right. So you see them push off, cut the ropes, pull up the anchor, and the ship, as he spins the wheel, you can see the water kip up inside of it. And you can see him kind of like, oh, steady as she goes now. All right, that's a good one. And the boat kips and backs up very slowly out of harbor, and then begins to pick up speed as it departs from Kragmandu and heads east into the Great Span Sea.
I want to ask, so how is it that you're doing this? Is there any way I can help? I'm quite skilled at like persuasion and stuff.
Oh, are you now?
If it needs some coaxing.
No. Have you ever piloted a ship before? Or a
No.
boat?
So I'm just offering because I don't know what it entails, and
Right.
since it's the elemental.
Right. So, you've never captained a ship?
Correct.
Assistant captain? Cannoneer?
No.
Swab the deck?
No, I mean there's a first time for everything though.
No. Not taking any apprentices at this time. Thank you, though.
That's fine. I'm here if you need any help.
Oh, very helpful.
He's a dick.
Guarded secrets, love. They don't share. These things are what make them money.
So
You wouldn't share your secret recipes or how you get a bath temperature perfect.
That's a deep cut.
I mean,
Bathtub 106 degrees, which we know.
it's not hard to get a bath temperature right.
I mean,
It's elemental.
it depends. If you ask me, it's difficult, man.
There's a specific science to it to get it just right.
But you wouldn't immediately share the secrets of how to
I love your-
perfectly make a
Yeah.
Say steers the
to
ship.
make a perfect stay for somebody at your family's inn from the time they get there to the time they leave. That's something that you know from being in the business for forever.
The secret ingredient is love.
That's right. That's right. No, it's right. It's not hard. It's all common sense. There's no real secret to it. It's not like we have.
Can you
It's not like we have family secrets about how to be hospitable. We're just hospitable.
We're gonna do this for
See,
15 days.
the secret is making deals with ancient black dragons.
Correct.
Apparently that.
So you guys are able to. Kragmandu eventually disappears into the horizon, and you leave it behind you. And you can see the ship. The ship is going about a little less than the speed of the lightning rail at this point. Once it really gets up and going, it's basically like a little mini speedboat by this day and age. Oh, fair waters, and this one seems to be all tuckered out. That's not so bad. Seems like we'll be all right.
Which
And the-
one?
he's talking about the water elemental. It seems tuckered out, and you can see the ship carries on. Is there anyone here who feels like they get seasick?
Probably not.
I don't eat. So
Let's
I don't
find
think
out. Everyone make Constitution saving throws.
Sure, why not?
So. I'm resistant to poisons and stuff. Does that help me in any way? My construct
Yeah, sure.
ability.
Advantage.
Thank you.
Reroll once.
Oh, good. 16.
16.
8 plus. Okay, 15.
15.
5.
5.
Because I rolled a 1. And I can't reroll
Right,
ones.
because I rolled a 5.
They still get 6.
I'm just gonna turn into a fucking fish and follow the boat.
Flopping around on deck.
Oh, gosh.
Maybe a seagull. I've seen one of those. You know what those look like?
The seagull is shitting its brains out. Like they
Can't
do.
get seasick if you can fly.
So you start to feel your guys' stomachs rumble, and you do start to feel a bit seasick.
Oh.
This boat, the waters are pretty serene, but the boat has a very uneven keel and a choppiness to it. It doesn't feel great.
It's not me this time.
I'm proud of you, Gilly.
Thanks.
And I'll just lean over to the side of the boat and just... yeah.
Oh, he's feeding the fish.
And prestidigitation.
Yep.
That's
And
right.
more. And then prestidigitation.
That's right.
Perfect.
You guys have very good headwinds, and the water remains pretty calm.
Oh, good.
Nice.
You guys make it for about 8 hours. Not 8 hours, sorry. You guys make it for about 5.5 hours at a very good pace. And then the wind starts to slow down. It changes direction. The water starts to churn a little more. But you guys press on nonetheless. Is there anything anyone wishes to do?
If the winds slow down too much, I would offer to provide them for an hour.
Oh, would you like to?
If it would help us move along with greater haste.
That would
I
be
can do
terrific.
that.
It should be only a 40-hour journey. An hour of extra speed will help greatly.
Alright, then I will conjure winds at a 5th level
All right.
and create a sustained blast of strong wind.
I will inspire the captain.
Good. Because you didn't roll very well.
And
It's a D8?
yes.
All right. So, with the wind at his back, conjured by your magic, with the inspiration, he says,
So you look so magnificent at the helm there with your long hair flowing in the wind, and you just look like you're just made to be here,
"Thank you."
doing what you do.
And he says, "Oh, they're starting to wake up a little now." And you can see the water wheels go, and it kind of undulate and pulse. The winds pick up. It's not deafening by any means, but it's a very powerful wind that this spell can conjure.
100 foot cube.
Yep, and
A lot of wind.
what is everyone's passive perceptions?
9.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
12.
All right. So you and you, because you're above deck still, or you?
I was going to say I was going to go below deck and meditate
Just you.
to try to
So-
center myself.
So even with this wind lapping all around you can still hear through the wind. You hear this kind of.
That look.
You thought it was a seal at first.
Yeah, right? And then the flapping of...
Huh.
Do I know what
Flying
this is?
seals.
Make a perception check.
17.
So you look up and peer, and you can see there's about a flock of about 4, maybe 5, maybe 6 of them, and they are these kind of large, not like large size, but like dog-sized birds flying around the ship. Except for on the face of them is the face of like a howler monkey,
Yep.
and they have very razor sharp teeth.
Yes. The howler sparrow.
Howler
Yes. Yes.
I blame you.
Actually, I'm sorry. That one was my fault.
I'm so happy.
This is even more of a betrayal.
I
I
named-
blame you
He
then.
came up with the meme, but I named it.
This is
Why
awesome.
do these exist?
Well, now I can turn into them. Good job. You've created this. What?
You can turn into one.
It's
What
a
did he
beast.
say?
It's nice that you guys think they're beasts.
It's not a beast, though.
It's a monstrosity. So they're just flying around. They just seem to be.
Look at.
They're not harassing us. They're not.
They don't
Look at these
appear to be,
birds.
but they look kind of
Aren't they
aggressive and
neat?
they have red, bright, like blood red eyes.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say bums because you went from howler monkey to bright red. I was like, it could be a bum. Could
Yeah,
not.
blood red eyes, and they're just
Okay.
peering down. You can see their teeth are very sharp.
Look at. Now that you like maybe point them out, because I would be up on top of deck. I'm not sick. I'm like, look at nature's splendor. Wouldn't you believe what kind of creatures it comes up with?
Animal friendship won't work on them.
No, they're
Not a
monstrosities.
fudge.
What would you call one of those things?
You know what? You get to name this one.
Well, I've heard.
Looks
The
like
barrow.
a howler sparrow to me.
Yes, Howling sparrow or babero, one of the two.
Howling, you
Yeah.
know? And it looks like an overgrown sparrow.
Or maybe
Kind
a
of,
robin.
Maybe.
Bobbin.
You see them continue. Like they're kind of using that 100-foot cube. When you see them dip into it and kind of fly off of it, they seem to maybe be even playing in it. They are above you.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, that's fun.
Oh gosh.
Nothing could go wrong here.
Throw up some food for him.
And they seem to flutter away.
Yes. They'll be back in greater numbers. Look at Matt.
I'm just imagining that seagulls turned evil from Nemo, Finding Nemo.
Something like that.
Mine.
You do imagine they're probably pretty territorial, as most monstrosities are, but no one was in the air, so.
That's good. Yes.
Thank God for small favors. Thank Marissa for small favors.
Are Charlie and Anne, are they just like tending to rigging and
Yep.
stuff the whole time?
Yep.
At some point, I'll sidle up to one of them and be like,
You know, I've never served on a ship before, but I am quite nimble with me fingers, so if there's anything that I can do to help, just let me know.
But I speak like a sailor for no reason.
Are
You've
you?
never been on a ship before, but you talk like that.
Indeed.
You're taking the piss out of me right now.
Not at all.
You kind of seem like you are.
I'm sorry I'm not.
We don't all talk like that, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Some of us have been to school. Yeah,
What are you saying, us?
people who work on ships.
Indeed.
Yeah,
I've never been on a ship before.
but you talk like that.
Is this how people who work on ships talk?
I think you know.
This is just how me mom and me papa.
Me.
Yes.
You changed regional accents there.
You seem to be. I don't know what you're talking about.
Alrighty then. Well, since you never worked on a ship, I don't fancy I'll request your help. But thanks for offering.
You're very welcome. Sorry for any kind of misunderstandings there. Just give me the scene card. The name is Silver. John Silver.
No! Oh.
Do I watch all of this?
I want to feed him to the howler monkeys.
Do
Or
I
to
need
the
to make
howler
a
sparrows.
constitution
The
check to
term-
make sure I'm keeping concentration?
Right.
Really long.
Right.
Otherwise, I'm gonna reach over.
Pretty long, Johns.
It's not how you make friends.
I was just offering to help. I don't know what his problem was.
Long.
Not how you make friends.
Your perception's 12.
It was, yes.
This is 18.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys get more strong. That headwind helps. You guys push past. And.
I'll just, every time I see him trying to do a thing, I want to inspire him.
Alright.
He's making sandwich in the morning.
This is the best sandwich I've ever tasted.
I don't mean that. I mean every time he's trying to, pilot a
I
ship.
know. I know. His thing is hyperbole.
And then I have time for a short rest in between, so
You guys get lucky.
just keep getting my things back.
Alright, you guys press on and make it, and it now becomes night, and you can see he kills the wheel, and they just start to drift.
kills it.
He's like, well, we'll be taking it slowly now. It's nighttime after all. And there's a little spotlight that kind of kicks on. Bed down. Looks like we got lucky and caught some fair winds. So.
I can take the first watch if anyone needs it.
Oh, of course you can.
I'll watch with you.
Oh, great, Gilly. Maybe we can practice some of our tunes.
No, not while people are trying to sleep. That's
Darn.
not so nice.
Also, sound travels over water, along with lights.
I will be watching the back of my eyelids as I try not to.
Try not
so
to hurl.
uncouth.
Alrighty. Look at all that water.
It's so much water.
The only time I saw this much water was on the airship on our way to Athadia. Not good times. No.
So you take the first watch, go ahead and roll perception as you sit there at night on the deck.
And I think that Gilly was up here with me.
Yeah.
Does that mean...
I'm not proficient in
Okay.
perception, though.
That's perfectly fine.
I'm up here for moral support and inspiration to you.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Well, that would make that a 16.
All right. It is nighttime, and you look out into the water with your good eyes.
My dark vision.
The water.
You move one eye patch over to the other so that when you come above deck.
I'm not wearing an eye patch.
Oh, see, you're doing this whole thing wrong.
You look out into the water, and it remains peaceful. You see some things fly around and some fish, but nothing leaps out at you. Nothing attacks you.
Really is quite serene.
Yeah.
Is anyone taking a second watch?
I can take a second watch.
Roll perception.
Yeah, I'll take that. Now I just have to do math. 25.
All right. So you can hear the kind of gentle lapping of the waves against the boat as it continues forward. 25? You do kind of hear in the distance, kind of just breaking along the waves, a very gentle, calm voice. Like a song being cast out on over the water.
This cannot end poorly.
It just sounds very soothing. And you listen in, and it gets louder and louder and louder, but then it just fades.
I can't tell where it's coming from.
Just comes from across the water.
Would I potentially attribute it to the drowned goddess?
Could be any number of things. Roll religion.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun.
so great at religion, guys.
How much of the boat does the hut cover?
So great at religion.
Like a fourth or so, maybe a
Okay.
little more. What was the total?
It's a natural 1 plus 2.
Nothing comes to mind.
She's losing her religion.
But
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
It's a very soothing song,
Kind of
and you enjoy it. But it gets louder, but then it just fades.
Really great with natural things, guys. Not so great with religion. Okay. And that would put us about, 8 hours on the water? Plus 8 hours of people sleeping?
13. Just 5 hours, and then 8 hours of people sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do I get a long rest?
Yep, you do. You attempt to, you try to sleep. Wait, you actually, hold on. Every night you sleep now, make a wisdom saving throw.
Wait. Just to remind you, are you going to do a dream?
Oh, yeah. So this would be nighttime now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have tried dream.
This is before you make the wisdom saving throw, you're thinking about casting dream.
Yeah.
And every time I know that you're going to be casting dream, because Gilly's a little freaked out about what happened. So if you're going to try to talk to Fonzia again, do you want me to inspire your charismatic abilities or maybe your druid abilities?
I'm not in any danger from Moira, I don't think.
I mean, do you feel like you need to be a bit more persuasive, or? Okay. Well, those things are out there.
Yeah, and I can't do anything about those while I'm in dream anyway, so except for run away. So.
I'm still going to inspire you and cast enhance ability
Okay.
on your wisdom.
Perfect.
Just in case. Because I don't know if that'll help you with anything, but you got it.
Can't hurt. I will take that.
I like those dice.
Okay.
So new.
So
When you hear the GM, I like this dice, underneath his breath after he's rolling things. It's great.
This is the dice I killed Selena with.
No, God.
it's a D6.
You take 102 how many
If
monkeys.
I roll under
102
20.
points of damage.
I'm just going to multiply this
I roll
by
a 1 and
80.
it gets a plus 101.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess I would cast Dream and try to reach out to Moira if she's sleeping.
Alrighty, you do so at night.
Yeah, I would make sure it was dark.
Alright.
Like, dark. I know. This is all stupid. There's no reason for me to do this, but I told her I'd be back.
There's good reasons for you to do this.
Mhm.
There are very good reasons for you to do this.
All right. So, you cast Dream, and you step into the fathomless realm of the dreamscape, and you take your steps towards where you believe Cassandra Moira to be. As you approach this darkened room, which is yet again her bedroom, you can see there's a few more things around and about. She's still laying on the bed with a book that is another book, different book, that is laid open, and she seems to be sleeping. There's a few more accoutrement and different knickknacks laying around. The mirror seems more ornate this time around, and the room just seems more vibrant. What do you wish to do?
She's sleeping?
Her dream self is sleeping.
Okay. Does that mean that she's not here?
No, she's there. The spell seems to work.
Okay. What book is she reading?
It's just some piece. It's probably just a high-minded romance novel.
Because that's what everyone reads in this world. Romance novels.
It's Splinter in the Green.
Part 2. The splintering.
More Splinter.
So I'd probably softly call out, "Can you hear me?"
Oh. She sits up. She's I go, oh. It's you again.
I told you I'd be back.
Yeah. And I'm hoping you'd show up again. How are you?
Good. Alive. Loved ones are safe for now. Cannot complain.
That's good. It's only been 2 nights. I thought you'd be back last night. But that's okay. I'm glad you're here now.
I didn't sleep last night, so there was. I was concentrating on traveling at that particular point in time. So.
Where are you traveling to?
Things need done. We've traveled all across Gish, and we continue to do so.
I have something that dawned on me since the last time we spoke.
I would assume so. Any questions you have, I'm here.
You knew that you found out Fonzia wasn't Fonzia.
Mm-hmm.
You were the one who, you and your group, did away with her?
We reclaim the persona beneath Fonzia.
When you attacked her, did you know she wasn't real?
I did not. I only thought she was holding the only person I loved on this earth in bondage and wanted that person back.
You thought we had a prisoner?
For 15 years. I didn't realize that she was the prisoner.
Why, did you think about coming to talk to me? To maybe ask or petition for your prisoner's release?
As much as the law works, it's never worked in my favor without being underhanded. I apologize that it never occurred to me to just ask for something that was taken in bad faith.
What do the people of Mercinia think of me? guts. The people that you know hate her guts.
When was the last time you went to Hogna Heights? Or Lower Hogna?
I don't get out much. We passed there on the parade day.
The last time you were in town, what did you think of it? Not the side of town that your castle resides on.
What did I think of Hogna? We don't go to the Hognas. You know, they smell.
Why do they smell?
I don't know.
Could you live in that?
No.
An environment shapes a person's thoughts and feelings, that life experience. The same reason I didn't think I could come to you and petition are the same feelings that people that live in squalor sometimes feel. And it's not just Mercinia. Every town has that, every major city. Unfortunately, there is a disparity between the ruling Gish and everyone else.
Do you think I'm a good Grand Duchess? Do you think I'm good at ruling East Wing?
I have never had to rule anything, so I don't know what's necessarily good or bad. I know that's a diplomatic answer, and you probably feel it's full of bullshit, but I've never had to do it, so I don't know what hard decisions go into that every day. I know that I feel there's more that the ruling class could do for those that live where it smells. But I don't know if there's a reason you don't.
I'm the Grand Duchess, but I don't make that many decisions. My
Who's your cousin, Bertie,
cousin,
right?
Bertrand,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't, he's just better at it.
And what makes him better at it?
I don't know. Everyone just looks to him whenever we have council in court. They just look to him, so it's easier that way.
For you? Or for everyone else?
For me, for sure. Certainly.
If you made more decisions, what would you do? Would you agree with everything he does?
No, God, no. He, whew.
It's a loaded question. You don't necessarily have to answer it, but you are the Grand Duchess. There are ways that you could assert yourself if you wanted to.
How?
Who has the higher rank, you or him?
I do. He is a count.
So he advises you.
Yes.
Then technically everything he does is at your behest.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Is that persuasion is charisma?
My charisma.
Oh, that's a 10.
You have inspo.
I do.
It's a D8.
So it's a 16.
What should my first move be?
Now that's a loaded question. Who do you want to help first? Yourself? The people in Lower Hogna? Somebody else?
I'd like to get out more.
Where would you like to go?
I've never seen much of East Wing.
What keeps you from leaving? I always imagined that was part of the prison of being in the ruling class.
For some of us.
Have you asked?
No.
You don't get what you don't ask for. You just told me that.
Okay. Should I do it publicly? At court.
That's an even harder decision. I don't know much about your cousin Bertie, except you were angry about losing a sister. He was not angry about losing a cousin. He knew.
He did.
You're also a Grand Duchess. Do you need his permission?
I guess in this case it'd be better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Guess I'll just take a horse and ride north for a few days.
What's north of Messinia?
East Wing. More East Wing, lots of sin. There's a huge whole country we have yet to explore. You guys went north of Mercinia to the shanty, not the shanty towns, the coastal towns.
And then the Iversmouth was north.
Northeast of, but it's across the water, yeah.
I know a ferryman.
Oh, God.
Okay.
He would take you safely from one of Eastwing's towns there over to the island of Iversmouth.
Okay.
God. What is
It seems safe enough, right?
There's mind flare! You left! You could have said you're doing death!
What is this?
I mean,
Seems safe enough, just under no
we
mind
left
flare.
it underwater. It'll be fine, guys.
Alrighty.
But he would, you know, it's a couple of hours.
It's also
Bring him
not
a
part of
sandwich.
Gish. Yeah.
He loves sandwiches.
Oh my God.
I'll have my chef prepare one.
Yeah, make a couple sandwiches, have lunch on a ferry. He'll take you over and bring you back.
That he likes me.
Get you out of for a couple of hours. He's seen the world.
It'd be a nice afternoon.
Yeah.
Last afternoon.
Quit it. And you hear click, clack, click, clack.
And there's my cue. Good night. Tell me how it goes. I will
You-
jump out of that shit.
Oh
Fade
my
out.
God.
Oh my God. Christ.
We go vacation
So,
with a
if there's nothing else, do you guys attempt to complete a long rest?
Yes.
the tap
Need you to-
being the
I
key
need you to
word.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my God.
Goodbye,
Is that within that hour?
Yeah, it would be. Because he'd come for you right away. I can always type 5e.
Oh, that doesn't give me advantage on saving throws.
Right.
Just
Just
ability
checks.
checks. Oh, I'll take that. 26.
You're good.
Hey, look at that.
The dice staving off the
I can only
inevitable
get
death.
lucky for so long, guys. This is going
Exactly,
to end poorly for me
eventually,
at some
yeah.
point.
It's not good when you fail. It's ungood
This
for
is
you.
good. You know, this is good. Moira's vacation to Iversmouth.
To send a potential ally right into the
So
arms
good.
of a mind player.
Nothing Critical Role hasn't done. Let's go. So, you guys wake the next morning. Are there any scenes anyone would like to commit to?
Are you feeling okay, Sibelius?
I am, I'm making do.
Yeah.
I probably will not go above deck anytime soon till we hit land. But yep, I'm just gonna sit down here and stare at this ball.
I can make some like ginger cookies and stuff that might settle your stomach.
don't-
Ginger is real good on the stomach.
I would like
Trust me,
less
I've
in
learned
my
a lot of
stomach
things.
than anything.
Having something in it is better than nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Would I know any medicines to cure
You can treat seasickness.
seasickness?
Yep.
So once we had seasickness yesterday, I would have given us both whatever that was.
All right. You guys make incredible. I rolled D percentages on the sliding scale. You guys have rolled above 90, and then I rolled 100%.
Oh, yeah.
So a 40-hour trip, a potential 15-day trip if the water elemental broke free, is now reduced to, I'm gonna say, based on that, 30 hours.
Nice.
Wow.
Fuck me. And you avoided encounters. So
There are pieces flying off the boat as it's just like rocking.
he says, I can see it. I can see Westock. It's on the horizon. We're almost to Halfgar. After about 30 hours of travel, you arrive in the first. You're not in Mistwatch. You're in Westock.
I don't know.
The boat jettisons onto the dock and just stops and cools.
Whoa, we made incredible time.
Oh my god.
I thought that was going to take 40 hours. This is in a minute over 30.
Yeah, he's like, I've honestly, he's like, maybe the improvements we've made have really done a job. I've honestly never seen it do that well before. Incredible.
Well, I wouldn't like to take credit for it, but you know.
No, you wouldn't, because you didn't have anything to do with it.
Of course not. That's why I wouldn't like to take credit
Right.
for it.
It's a fantastic ship.
Do elementals
I was an
speak
inspiring
Sylvan?
presence, but I'll take only that amount of credit.
All right. They speak primordial.
Okay.
So you guys can see the kind of nice. So the Minotaur cities of Halfgar are. They have some tent-like structures, some yurt-like structures, but they also have a fair amount of They also have a fair amount of stone buildings, large stone buildings that are only a single floor, built wide and thick. They don't have steel frames or anything.
The chodes of buildings.
Yeah, but they're built very as tall as possible because minotaurs are large, almost large-sized creatures, and they're built very thick at the base. Roman-esque.
Yeah, they are.
Yep. When you get to the boat, you are immediately greeted by a couple of minotaurs. They're the one that wears long, flowing blue and white robes. Seems to be the administrator, and he's captained on either side by minotaur guards that wear coral armor. And one wears coral armor, the other wears black and red dark leathers. Papers, please. Oh, of course. Flips through. All right, one by one. Inspection. And Terry steps forward. Gives him a little bow. How you been, Terry? Oh, doing well. Just on a bit of a passenger service. All right. Everything looks to be in order. And he taps one of the other large minotaurs on the leg, and the one begins inspecting the boat. Next.
I'll come up first.
Name.
Oh God.
John!
Good
All right.
fucking Christ.
Thank you.
Next.
Sure.
He looks down. Name.
Jenny.
All right.
Franklin.
Does
All right.
Light. Turn for the light.
Lauren.
All right, Lauren, Franklin, Jenny, and John. Enjoy your stay in Deastock, and mind your business.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Will you be making your way to Mistwatch?
Yes.
All right.
Anything that we should know while we're in? I forgot that my mind just blanked on the name that you told me the town that we're in.
You're in Weestock.
Weestock. Thank you. Anything that we should know while we were passing through Weestock?
Mind the waters. Don't fish if you're not licensed. And obey the laws and customs.
Sounds fantastic.
Any specific laws that, you know, newcomers usually need reminding of?
The fishing.
Okay.
Excellent.
Everything else is basic. Gotcha.
Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day.
You're welcome.
Let's figure out how to get to.
We buzzed past a little bit what I was going to ask earlier, because we talked about maybe making a second letter while we were on the boat heading here. Would we have been able to do that?
You can try.
Okay.
Is that the flashback again? Okay. If we're doing this?
That's you?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Then you
Yeah.
can definitely do it.
Okay. Do I even need a...
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Sure.
If I'm awake this time, I will give guidance.
Sounds good. So guidance is a D4. That's 3. So that's 20.
And whatever info you would have needed, but
6.
you don't need it.
Right.
26.
Yeah, because I rolled 17 plus the 3 plus my 6 is 26.
You could pump it.
You
with
write
instant.
a nice letter. Be sure to write those down. I think it was like 25 and then 26, I think.
Exactly. I rolled a 19 in the first.
Perfect. You're able to write, add on to, or write an additional compelling letter.
This one would be about Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, an additional compelling letter.
Thank you.
I'm just glad that I can, put some of my other talents to good use. Felt like I was getting a little rusty.
Right. Okay, well,
How do we get across the islands to
Mistwatch.
Are you asking the guard, the administrator?
Terry?
He's like, there are a number of ways. Magic works fine on the island. But usually there is a cart or a buggy you can hitch your ride to by paying a few coin. Mistwatch is the hub of travel here, so it's not too far. It's just a little ways inland.
Okay, but it's all inland. It's not like an archipelago of islands. Where we
No.
have to-
Halfgar is mostly a single island. Lots of lakes and waters and rivers, but yes.
Of course, gotta get fresh water from somewhere.
It's towards the center of the island.
Perfect. And you'll wait for us here.
I am here at your disposal in Weestock.
And is there an inn we should find you at? A tavern?
I'm mostly going to be staying on the boat.
Seems fair. Then 2 days? 1 day? 12 hours? 10 minutes? How long are we gonna be gone?
well, I mean, are we even taking this boat back anywhere?
I think
We need to leave that option open.
when we return back from where we're going, we'll probably end up here. Then we'll take the boat back.
Maybe.
I mean,
Or if we...
probably just teleportation circle from here, since we won't be bound by the laws of Droska.
Well, that makes sense. Well, we'll let them know either way.
Wait, you're talking about teleporting into Droska?
No, back
all
from
the way
here.
Back.
Once we're...
Right, okay.
So we
To shorten the
go to
trip.
Droska,
Right,
come
sure,
back
sure.
from Droska to here,
Sure.
shorter trip, and then teleport.
That's
or
right.
even depending on once we're outside of the range of the laws, I could just
Right.
do right then and there.
Maritime law.
Teleportation.
Here we go. Okay, well, so do we even need to... I guess I can send a message if we're not going to need
Of
him to
course.
stay here anymore.
Exactly.
We'll let you know in a short
Right.
amount of time. It won't be too long.
Then before we leave the boat, I would do water breathing as a ritual for all of us.
All right, as you're coasting up, sure.
And then if Terry, Ann, and Charlie wanted it too, I could keep them in.
Sure.
Perfect. We have water breathing for 24 hours, depending
Alright.
on where we go. We're on an island. It seems like a safe course of action.
Welcome.
Yeah, why not?
Alrighty. So, how would you guys like to make your way to Mistwatch? Would you like to try to hop on a cart?
That seems to be the best way.
I would say whatever is quickest but also within our price range. So
It's pretty cheap. I'm just asking if you want to use common or if you want to brute force your way there. That's basically the decision. Do you use public transportation or do you do it yourself?
Public is fine.
All right.
I'll
So
just-
everyone mark off a gold.
Oh.
You were able to, within a fair amount of time, find like basically what is a giant cart of fish. And you guys sit between barrels. It's not the most pleasant of rides, but you eventually make your way to the hallowed city of Mistwatch. You can
Are
see
they live fish or dead fish?
they're fit. They're alive. They're dead. They're fish for like sale and transport.
Oh, I didn't
they're
know if
dead.
they were like barrels
Sorry, yeah,
of
yeah,
fish.
yeah. No,
Like
yeah.
I
they're-
could talk to the goldfish.
No,
before
they're
the
barrels
cart.
of dead fish.
You can still talk to it. Hello, my name is
They've been
Goldie.
fished out, and now they're heading to Mistwatch.
The whole time we're on Halfgar, I'm keeping an eye out for interesting foods and beverages and stuff.
All right. So far, there's just barrels of fish.
Interesting salted fish are also
You
maybe
can
interesting.
mark down barrel of dead fish.
Barrel of dead fish. I'm just letting the DM know my intentions.
So you are able to commandeer transportation with a really rather chatty Minotaur who you wish wouldn't talk so much, but they do.
I'm about it.
All right. And you guys eventually arrive to Mistwatch. You can see right away where this city gets its name. There is a gentle covering of mist and fog over the city. It's got beautiful coral and ocean blue stone huts. Unlike Leastock, which had more low and to the ground, this has more wave-like shapes. It has incandescent lighting all throughout the city. There are more Minotaurs here than you have ever seen in your life. Most of you haven't even seen a Minotaur, except for maybe Selena, and except for the skeletal Minotaurs.
Justice saw 2 Minotaurs.
And
Twins.
I did.
and you can see the city before you. As you take in all the beautiful sights in this kind of terraced city, you can see all throughout the city. One of the things you see is that you see the same kind of thing. A coral armored guard, sometimes with another one with a leather, and the kind of administrators that wear these blue and white sweeping robes have these very heavy medallions. Each medallion sometimes is larger and more ornate, others are lesser. But each time you see an administrator, they are definitely a Minotaur. You see a number of other races among the island, but this Halfgar is about 90% Minotaur. And with that, we are going to call it for the night.
Really quickly, just before we end.
Yeah.
Just really. Weren't we also supposed to try to be meeting up with some people while we're here in Mistwatch?
You have the name of Morok the Rock Speaker?
Yes.
No, sorry, Morok the Mistwatcher.
I'm gonna.
I wrote that down, but I don't know where I wrote that down.
I'm having the same problem.
It didn't save that.
Watcher. Okay. Look for
I
more.
believe that's your only point of contact in Halfgar?
Yeah, Morak. His name is Morak.
Yeah,
M-O-R-A-K.
pronounced Morok.
But
It's like pun.
Welch.
Where do I have
it
quail
Morak.
from?
Huh?
Quail is the storm giant who you're supposed to persuade that lives northeast, 150 miles northeast of Halfgar,
Okay, I knew that was connected to the house.
on an island, a very small and remote island. Thank you, Christoph, for the 100 boots. Woo, woo, woo,
Thank you.
woo! What a fun episode!
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. Next week we are going to have Sean Campus show up,
Yeah.
as we talked about.
Yeah.
And he is going to, be here in Halfgar.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Gonna
to see
be a
what's
Minotaur
going
boy?
We will find
Or a
out.
woman?
We'll see.
We'll find out. And
Yes.
Mistwatchers are they're the highest ranking people in this, so that's a good point of contact. They're the highest level administrators.
It came from
Awesome.
Welch. How could it be bad?
I mean, that's just it, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you enjoyed tonight's stream, follow, subscribe, donate bits to get us towards our one shot.
Portals.
We'll have Mr. Sean Campus here on the stream next week. Check out all of our socials to stay up to date. And that's about the whole kit and caboodle, I think.
Yeah.
I'm zonked. See you next week, folks.
In
The
Wonderful.
World.
Of.
Edda.